Oh, great. You got a doorbell camera. Now you got a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
No.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Get out of my house!
Ooh, Mom's jewelry. There goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slowens, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, a free doorbell camera.
Free?
One that'll actually work for you. It's not total security unless it's the Slowens Shield. Call 1-800-ALARM-NATE.
This is the Big O Show.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
It's the Big O Show. Judge, you tuned in to the hottest sports radio.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
Orlando, a.k.a. the Big O. He covers all the South Florida teams.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Dolphins to the Heat, well, you know what I mean. Monday to Friday, Lollipop blow in the...
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Show O's on the radio, the top's where we gonna go, Miami, that's the way we roll.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
On the morning show, Big O, no one has a similar show. Talk sports, talk plays, talk...
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Live and direct, because nobody do it better than Big O in the set. From sunrise, listen live.
When you're ready to purchase a new home or refinance the one you have, American Dream Lending will make sure your loan experience is easy with fast approvals and quick closings. With many loan programs and competitive rates, now is the time to turn your dreams into reality. Ask about special financing for veterans. They never charge an application fee, and you will work directly with one of their experienced loan professionals. Stop dreaming and contact American Dream Lending today, 786-802-1727, or online at adreamlending.com. The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Sports Grill. Good food, good drinks, good friends. Craig Zinn Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealership in the Southeast United States. The Fort Lauderdale Police Department. The FLPD is hiring. Go to FLPDjobs.com.
The Big O Radio Show originates from the OK Coin Studios. Invest a little time and save big. Just set the recurring buy and pay, 0 transaction fee after your first purchase. The Big O Radio Show is mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley from the OK Coin Studios. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
He fixed it? Oh, he fixed it. Yeah, we're back, baby. All right, there we go. So it's a beautiful thing, and we are here at Sloman's headquarters, our second day here. We had a perfect day yesterday, had a great broadcast, Had all the folks out here, met the entire family, which was awesome. Had a great dinner last night. It's been just an absolute perfect trip. I mean, well, maybe one day what we have to do is like next time we come, Sean, we just stay for the week. Just do a whole week out here at Sloman's, right? You know what I think we should do is we do one show here, then we do another show at I don't know, maybe on top of one of the oil barrels. Will they allow us to do that?
I don't know if they're going to allow us on top of those barrels. And honestly, I don't know how they're going to get me up there.
How about if we broadcast on top of a Sloman's truck? See, I think that would be super cool. We set up the cameras, right? And we're broadcasting on top of a Sloman's truck. I mean, that doesn't get any better than that.
No, that's more feasible than getting up on those oil drums. We saw those oil drums yesterday. I'm not making it up there unless there's an elevator somewhere.
I want you to know this, that, I'm screwing around. But while they hear this, that they're like, we can make that happen, right? Because that's...
I guarantee you the second hour we're going to be up on the oil drum.
Natalie is going to go, hey, I can make that happen. We'll put you on the roof.
They have made everything else happen.
Okay,
they'll make it happen.
They'll make it happen, man.
And they said they find a way to make it happen.
That's true, actually. That's true. That's kind of their motto. They make it happen.
Everything's here. Everything's done.
That's right.
House.
That's the other beauty of Sloman's, isn't it? Like they do it all. Like yesterday, we got like a thorough education on how that's the beauty of having a family business. I actually told them that yesterday because when I worked for the Beasleys, it was the same thing. And when you have a family business and people, you can get the answers like right away to everything, and things happen so much better in family-oriented businesses than they do in the corporate world where, oh my God, it has to go through 8 levels of red tape just for it to get denied and declined. You know what I'm saying? So just fantastic place. And again, 1-800-ALARM-ME, 1-800-ALARM-ME. We do have the link below. And the family is a Miami Dolphins family. All right. Last night I had dinner with most of the family. And I got to say, they feel our pain. Okay. I mean, they listen to the show. They watch the show all the time. They love their Dolphins. They go to road games every year. They go down to Miami for a few games. So they are as hardcore as it gets, like a lot of you out there that I've met over the years, a lot of you that I'm going to meet tonight at Slattery's, that you travel for your Miami Dolphins. And in fact, Zach was talking about that yesterday in dinner, that we're a great fan base. I mean, you find Dolphin fans everywhere, all over the world, all over the country. The team has sucked for 25 years, and we never give up, man. We're there. Yeah, we can complain, we can bitch, when we've got all the reason to complain and bitch after what's gone on for the last 25 years. But we're here, right? We're here. And complaining and bitching, it's because we care. And that's what I felt yesterday from the entire family. It was just, they care. They want to win badly. Okay. And I felt bad for the sons. Okay. Because I'm looking at Jordan, I'm looking at Zach, and those young guys, all they know is misery. Jason and I have seen at least the good times. We've seen the good coaching, the great coaching. We were actually talking about that because we actually used to see competence on the field and intelligence. And now it's just completely opposite. What are you shaking your head about? What's going on?
I'm cutting the comments off. I'm not going to read any more comments.
Why? What happened?
Poochie 911 Gaming. Sean, giving me Andy Reid vibes with the red Chiefs hat and polo.
You do? Yeah.
LOL.
You do look Andy
I'm
Reid-ish.
I'm out.
Holy crap.
Whoops.
Andy Reid's the producer of the show now. I had no idea. Get this man a Tommy Bahama. Where's your scorecard, bro? Where's your play card?
You know what? I'm out.
You need your play card, bro. Where's your play card? Oh, you gave it to Bieniemy? Is that what it is? He's got your play card.
I handed it over to Bieniemy.
God, you do look yeah, dude. The red just brought out the Andy Reid in you. Red is Reid.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Oh man, here you go.
Now play card.
That's your kind of play card. A sports
Yes.
grill.
Yes.
A sports grill menu.
We're going to do wings, and then we're going to hit the potato skins.
You think Andy Reid's calling plays? No, he's ordering potato skins. That's what he's doing.
We have figured it out.
Yeah, bro. That's his play card right there. A sports grill menu. Give me some onion rings.
All this time we think he's calling plays, and it's not. Bieniemy's calling the plays. He's calling the grill to get the food.
That's awesome. I love it.
And no, Victor, I don't need new headphones. I got this one broken on purpose so I can put the earpiece in to cut up audio as O talks as well.
Right. Yeah. And I talk a lot. Can you ask Omar about the podcast? Oh yeah, don't worry. I'll ask him if he believes the bullshit. Yes, I'll ask him. All right, let's get into a little sports talk because I know you guys have been dying for this one. All right. So yesterday, the video came out on I Am Athlete, and Flo addresses the Tua relationship. Sean, can you pull up that little video cut of I Am Athlete with Flores explaining his relationship with Tua? And I gotta say, okay, I'm watching this, and I don't know. I almost fell out of the chair one time, right? I think I spilled my drink on in the middle of it, right? Stuff was happening all over the place. I really couldn't control myself because the level of, I don't know if this is a word, ridiculousness, okay, is just it. And also, this is a good way of insulting your intelligence and mine, and just flat out a lie. That's the part I can't believe, that he sat there in front of those guys and he just planted a ginormous lie on their asses, about his relationship with Tua. It's a joke. Do you have it ready? All right, here's Flo. Here's Flo. What are you going to do? Okay, that's right. Here's Flo talking about his relationship with Tua. Try not to laugh too hard.
An interesting topic because it wasn't strained. We had a good relationship. It was a player-coach relationship. And I think in a relationship like that, the coach challenges the player, and oftentimes the player challenges the coach. And I think there was a great deal of respect between the two of us. So you hear these crazy this narrative that's out there. But this is a young man who works, who developed and got better over 2 years, and I think he's got a bright future. And I wish him all the best. So the world can think what it wants to think. I think ask Tua. I'm here to say what I got to say, and you can ask him. So I think he'd say the same thing.
I mean, it's hilarious, right? Oh, well, we challenge each other. You suck. I didn't want to draft you. I want Watson. Brissett, stay in there. Yeah, no, of course. No, that's a great relationship. It's just fantastic. I mean, of course, Flo, we had this all wrong. Kenny Stills misunderstood Flo. He was trying to serenade him with all those Jay-Z things, right? Kyle Van Noy had an opinion, but, Flo didn't get along with. No. Flo just discarded him because Kyle said, I want to go back to New England. Of course. Flo gets along great with Chris Greer, and he gets along fantastic with Stephen Ross. Yeah, no, of course. I mean, there's 7 offensive coordinators and quarterback coaches and offensive line coaches and changes left and right. I mean, Flo is a man of the people. Did you not see his relationship with the media? It was fantastic. There was this communication. I mean, he really sent lots of messages to you, the public. Endless amounts of examples that Flo was of the people. I mean, seriously, dude. How can you just sit there with a straight face? I can't wait to have Omar on at 11:30. We got a loaded show. Joe Shad's at 10:30. Manny Navarro's at 11. Omar Kelly's at 11:30. And Cameron Wolf's at 12:30. Okay? I can't wait to ask Omar Kelly if he believed that bullshit. Because that's the biggest load of crap that was dumped out there by Flo. That guy didn't get along with half the people in that building.
You saw when he ran out of things to say, right? He's like, well, you can ask Tua.
Yeah.
Ask Tua. Yeah. I
Right,
talked for 30 seconds on our great relationship,
Yeah.
so you can ask Tua the rest.
Right, exactly. And Tua, of course, Tua's going to be, he's going to trash people and all that. I mean, come on, man. Tua will never say anything like that.
And also everybody was saying, Omar was looking at him like he was on The Bachelorette and wanted the rose from Flores.
I mean, Omar had his own experiences with Flo.
Well, I thought, honestly,
remember somebody brought it up in the media that, Flo and Barry got, and then, and I had to bring it up with Omar because nobody was bringing that up. I'm the one that brought it up because obviously I know about some of the things that go on behind the scenes.
No, but when I first saw it, I thought Omar wanted to laugh, honestly.
Yeah, no,
when I said,
yeah.
Omar looks like he wants to laugh at him. We're good.
It looks like he's trying to hold it in a way. It does look like that with Omar. So we got to ask him if that's what it was, because come on, bro. Okay. Let's look at another thing that's going on with the Flores situation. Okay. Let's have some fun here. Let's talk about like the real deal here. Okay, so this guy supposedly he says he has proof that the owner offered him $100,000 per loss. We'll find out. If he has nothing tangible, he's going to look incredibly foolish, like he already does up until this point. No one has hired him. No one wanted to hire him. They brought back Lovie Smith not to hire him. Okay? Now, here's the other thing. We've got two lawyers that are willing to promote anything that happens in this case. Anything and everything. The second he wasn't hired by Houston, they added Houston to the lawsuit. Right? This Tua stuff, let's get it out there, this, that. So let me ask you something. Who's joining the lawsuit? Did you hear Marvin Lewis joining the lawsuit? No. Did you hear about Tony Dungy joining the lawsuit? I'm just wondering. What minority head coach did David Culley join the lawsuit? Just got fired. I'm wondering. Please help me out. What minority coach is joining his fight? Is Ron Rivera part of it? I got to know. Please help me out here. Do you think any coach has signed on yet to that lawsuit? No. None. Zero. So what's up? Where are the minority coaches? Hugh Jackson. Is Hugh Jackson, after he did talk a little bit, right? Then he backtracked like a cornerback, and then nothing. Did Hugh Jackson join the lawsuit? No, right? Let's roll. How many more minority coaches can we come up with? Which one? Eric Bieniemy joined the lawsuit? Thank you. There you go. What was the name of the guy in Arizona that got fired? 1 year. Remember? It was a minority. I forgot the guy's. Did he join? I'm trying to remember all of these minority coaches that we've had in the league. It's not a lot of them, by the way. Okay. But I'm just trying to find. So which of these minority coaches have joined? Because if any of them sign up, I bet you those two lawyers are, oh my God, along with Flores, they have joined the lawsuit. They have joined the Nothing. Crickets. Crickets. You know why? Because I keep telling you, Flores is the wrong person for this lawsuit. Have I not been saying that for a while now? That's what nobody will say. Because I'm the only one that usually has the guts to actually say what's going on. We don't use Casey Anthony for parenting deals, huh? Steve Wilkes, did he join the lawsuit? Thank you. Let's just come up with every minority coach out there. Any of them join? Vance Joseph, where is he? Thank you. Mike Tomlin, where is he? Anthony Lynn, where is he? Huh? My boy, Jim Caldwell, where is he? I said Anthony Lynn now, but see what I'm saying? We could just reel off names. Where are they? None of them have joined, dude. Why? Because they know what I know. That's why. They may not say it publicly because people in the black community may not be comfortable saying, yeah, we got a huge problem in the NFL, but that's not the dude we want representing us. Maybe they may not be willing to say it. So they got to kind of ride with it, but they kind of know, like, yeah, this is not the guy, dude. Not that guy. We needed Marvin Lewis for this. He waited forever, and he was actually a good coach. And he's a good person, too, by the way. We needed Tony Dungy to do this. We need Jim Caldwell to do this. Get people of quality on and off the field to represent you in this cause, because it's an important cause. It's a huge problem for 31 teams in the NFL. Okay, I say 31 because I know the Dolphins have no racial problems on their team because they're full of minorities. Okay, so race hiring is not an issue with the Miami Dolphins. I can't speak for the other 31, but the league definitely has a problem. I know Miami does, and I will defend the Dolphins on that case. I don't know what happened with the pay for lose. I don't know if it's true or not, whatever. But if it happened and Flo's talking about it, well, you better have proof, dog, because if you don't. So to me, we have to look at all these layers to all of this crap. And for you to come out and just blatantly lie that you had a great relationship with Tua, it's a bunch of crap. You didn't even want the guy. I bet he won't admit that publicly, that he didn't want to draft Tua. I know he didn't want to draft Tua. And I also know he thought he could win with Brissett. That's some scary stuff. Dougie Fresh says, can you guys get Alarmo to shock Omar every time he stretches the truth about Flo's interview? Well, I think Flo was misunderstood. Bzzz. I disagree with you guys on this. Maybe I'm wrong, Dougie Fresh, but I think Omar is going to say, yeah, I didn't believe any of it. I think so. I mean, because he's had his own experiences. He's called him an a-hole himself here on the show. I mean, come on. He's got to know. There's no way. I'm with Sean on this, and a couple of you have said it also on social media. It looked like Omar was going to be ready to bust out laughing on that answer. Brooklyn Rob says, get Sean a dirty water hot dog on me when you guys head to the city tomorrow. No, we're heading to the city right after the show. Well, a little bit after, like a couple hours out, because he still has to do some work, but we'll be heading right after.
And Brooklyn Rob, for you, I'm going to get the dirty water hot dog, and I'll throw it up on live. And
okay, but wait a minute. I know he says dirty water hot dog. Is that the name of the place also?
No, I think it's just the
it's a cart?
The carts, I think, right? That's the dirty water hot dogs,
I have
right?
no idea. That's why,
Brooklyn Rob, make sure, I believe that's what that is, because that's what they call it, I thought.
I get
that dirty water all day.
But he's treating us like we're Brooklyn and you're Brooklyn Sean. He's Brooklyn Rob. Like,
I'm Brooklyn Sean.
No, you're not. You're Andy Reid. So, Brooklyn Rob, you got to help me with the ignorance here, my brother. I don't know what that means, dirty water hot dog. First of all, it doesn't sound very tasty.
Oh, it sounds good. I can put sauerkraut and mustard on that, or
So what does that mean? Is it a special hot dog stand? Is it a place called Dirty Water Hot Dog? Is it that all the stands around the city?
it says any hot dog stand, look for the yellow umbrella.
Oh, and is the yellow umbrella
I guess that's the best dirty water dogs there is.
okay? Because like yellow isn't like our better yellow also, yellow and green isn't it or something like that?
And then Nathan's.
No, that's Nathan's, right? Yeah, that's right. It's Nathan's. By the way, we saw a Nathan's and an Arthur Treacher's here. How about that? I haven't seen an Arthur Treacher's in a while, dude.
Ian from Brooklyn says it's the cart.
Oh, it's just a cart.
Carts.
Okay. Okay. So carts are called dirty water dogs. Okay.
Yeah, because they just sit in there all day long in the same water. All the hot dogs just sitting there.
I mean, that sounds just great.
Oh.
Sounds delicious.
Oh.
I will say this. I do like Dodger dogs. When you go to the, have you been to Dodgers game?
No, I haven't.
You will.
Kansas City's as far as go.
You will. No, when we go to California, we'll take you to because a Dodgers game is the ultimate ballpark for me that I've been to. Like that's my favorite ballpark to see a baseball game. And it's funny because we just had the conversation about Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
That as old as it is so freaking awesome. It's so well kept. The acoustics are just sick. The second floor is closer to the floor than I've ever seen in any arena. You know, there's so many positives. And the same thing with Dodger Stadium. Chavez Ravine is old. It's been around since the 50s. But then when you walk in, it is so well manicured and clean and so pristine. And then it's inside a valley. And man, anybody that ever goes to Dodger Stadium, okay, let me tell you something. If you went to Dodger Stadium and you didn't take a few moments to go all the way to the top and look around at the scenic view, that 360-degree view that you get, which is breathtaking. Awesome, dude. So I got to take you there. Dodger dog for sure. So dirty water hot dog now. You guys are going to make me eat a dirty water hot dog.
Well, they didn't make you eat it. They're throwing it for me. They never even said that. You know, I think they're trying to make sure you don't. They're keeping you healthy. They're throwing it at the
Do they know that you and I start like a diet this week now coming up that we're going to change our ways?
Yep.
You guys don't know that, but Sean and I are going to start working out some of this weight that we have. So we want to get down a little thinner. So in other words, he doesn't want to look like Andy Reid anymore.
That's right.
Okay. So that's what it is. Dude, they nailed it. I never thought of it until
just leave me alone.
that was great.
I'm gonna have that all weekend now.
So you can have it forever now. Unless you lose the weight. If you lose the weight, then you're for sure you won't have the look. But damn, the red really brought it out. That was beautiful. I don't know who got it, but whoever said it, they nailed it for sure, man. Big O, love you. Everyone has their Jordan story. I was wondering, what is your Dan Marino story? Fins up. Like, what kind of Dan Marino story do you want? Good or bad or action-packed or what are we talking about? I don't know exactly. Funny? I once saw an exchange between him and Jim Barry that was funny. You know, F-bombs dropping between the two. They lost the game. So after every game, right, Marino, no matter what, dude, Marino's a freaking rock, bro. And so after every game, you'd see Dan, and there's always some kids that are there for, Make-A-Wish, those kind of things. You know, kids that are struggling with certain issues and medical issues and all that. And they're always there on the far end of the locker room, close to Dan's locker room. And so Dan, dude, no matter what, okay, win or lose, the guy goes there and gives the kid some time and all that stuff and talks to him and all that. And Jim Barry was being a D-bag. And so he was hanging around, but he did not see what Dan was doing. I did because I was kind of in the angle where I had it. Jim wasn't. And so then he comes back. He comes back like 2 or 3 times looking for Dan, right? And he goes back out through the locker room to go get more sound or whatever. And he comes back, And Dan's like, in the locker room fiddling with something. He's like, "Hey Dan, can I ask you?" "Hey, not right now." And Jim snaps at him, and then Marino f bombs his ass. And so it was just one of those where and I'm standing there going like, Jim, don't be a D-bag, bro. Like, you don't know what's going on. Leave the man alone, It's just like one of those deals. Because I was standing there, and I was waiting for Dan. But you know how I did it? Didn't say a word. Why? Because I cover him every day. Jim didn't. Jim walks in once a week or something like that, and, his producers are the ones mostly doing the work. He just. So it's one of those where, I know the guy, so you kind of wait for your moment, and he'll give you the moment, and then you go, bro. Respect, and it's just one of those. There's a funny one. Let's see. A great one was watching him in practice, right? And in practice, he would warm up, and I can kind of do this, maybe even standing, actually. Yeah, that's great. Now I'm going to mess up your camera shot. So he would be practicing, right? And the guy'd be standing about 20 yards away. So do your math. That's 60 feet. Okay. So 25. And let's say it was Ed Perry. Ed Perry was the tight end, as you all remember. So he would warm up and throw the ball. Perry would catch it, right? Then he'd have some fun. And he'd throw the ball, and he'd throw it downward into the ground, and it'd bounce back up again right to his chest. 20 yards away. Okay? I mean, on target. Wham. Boom. Bah. Up to the chest. Then the next one is what Dan would do. He'd look at the guy, and then he'd go like this. And the ball would come out direct like a bullet right to Ed Perry's chest. Every single time. And that was the best thing about going to practice, was watching Dan Marino throw trick shots warming up. I've never seen anybody look at somebody and go like this, and the ball go over his head, and his arm is backwards, and it's going straight as a bullet. Never seen it in my life. Greatest quarterback to ever play the game. And I know plenty of people will argue it, but I don't give a rat's ass. Anyway, so there you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And there's a couple of Dan Marino stories for you. What do we got? We got Joe Shad? We do. All right. Let's do it, baby. Our American Dream Lending Miami Dolphins report.
Dolphins fans, buckle up. It's time for the American Dream Lending Miami Dolphins Report with Joe Shad. When you're ready to purchase a new home or refinance the one you have, American Dream Lending will make sure your loan experience is easy with fast approvals and quick closings. Call them at 786-802-1727 or online at adreamlending.com. Here's Joe Shad with today's edition of the American Dream Lending Report.
Oh, let's talk a little fish. And, of course, Joe Shad does an excellent job covering the Miami Dolphins for the Palm Beach Post, and also an excellent job with us a couple times a week here with the American Dream Lending Miami Dolphins Insider Report. Mr. Shad, how are you doing? How's the construction going right now? Where's the update on the pool, and when is the pool party?
Yeah, things take a little longer than planned usually. And
Shocker.
then, the whole permitting issues come up. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to be putting the water in the pool anytime soon.
And in today's world, dude, everything is delayed, man. I mean, I'm surprised they have all the materials they need just to make the damn pool. I mean, that's how crazy it is in today's world. We had problems with our sliding glass back door, and that thing took 6 months to get. 6 months we had to wait for the sliding glass door. It's man, everything is just so backed up. All right, my brother, let's start off a little bit. First of all, River Crowcraft or Crowcraft, Craycraft, whatever. Cray. Is it? Is he Cray since he plays special teams? Because they say everybody that plays on special teams is cray. So Cray Croft, talk to us.
Yeah, who knows if Matt Collins is going to come back. He did not say at the end of the
That
season
hurts.
that he definitely wanted to come back. And of course, that was when there was a different coaching staff in place. There's been changes now. But you okay there, Big O?
No, I'm not. You started off my morning by telling me you made, Matt Collins. Come on.
We love Matt Collins. But the thing with Craycraft, if I'm saying his name correctly, and I'll have to look it up. I haven't actually
Let's go
checked.
cray. Let's just go cray. That's it. It's a term. Let's go cray.
He and Wes Welker will get together and make sure that Devontae Parker and Lynn Bowden and Jalen Waddle know, the 49ers way of doing things, because Craycraft was with the 49ers and also the Broncos. So he's very familiar with the system.
Yeah, I think I saw return skills. Looks like maybe he might be a little bit of a gunner or flyer, right? Because he's got some tackles on special teams.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting that he's, the first guy or one of the first guys that Chris Greer has added since Mike McDaniel has become official. And, I think it's okay to add a few guys that you have familiarity with to help everyone learn the system. Obviously, you don't want to go overboard. You don't want to go the Adam Gase, Julius Thomas path, Jay Cutler path, where you just start adding a bunch of guys from your past.
Yeah, no, but that's the norm, because you are going to add people that you're familiar with and may be able to help you along the way in the transition. So I can understand. I thought your point at the beginning of the whole Cray thing was exceptional, that he knows the ways of San Francisco. So having him there go through the reps early on, kind of help guys through it. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a positive in that sense. The question is what you first said. That's the part that might be disturbing. If you're actually thinking of that guy over Matt Collins, yeah, then I'm a little concerned at that point.
It'll be interesting to see what Matt Collins commands on the free agent market. I mean, obviously not a star player by any means, but certainly has value on special teams.
Yeah.
The Dolphins valued Clayton Fedulum, for example, and Cethan Carter, high salaries for core special teamers. But with Danny Crossman returning, the Dolphins special team coach, you have to imagine that, he's still going to have some input on having a couple of, reasonably high paid salary cap specialists.
Your thoughts on Sammy Madison joining the Miami coaching staff?
Yeah, I love Sam Madison. I did a story with him when he returned as an assistant coach with the Chiefs when the Chiefs played in the Super Bowl. It's interesting because they were playing Wes Welker's 49ers. So I tweeted out links to a couple of stories I wrote then when Wes Welker and Sam Madison were at Hard Rock Stadium as assistant coaches. And in that article, Madison talked about the attributes that he believes are most important from a defensive back perspective, and how he tries to get the lessons that he learned along the way from guys like Jimmy Johnson and Mel. I forget the defensive backs coach.
Mel Phillips.
Mel Phillips. Yeah, he's a big Mel Phillips guy.
Yeah, man. Mel Phillips was a hell of a coach. He survived Shula, and he didn't survive the end of Wanstead, because Wanstead didn't like guys that had their own opinions.
So Charles Burks moves on. Now, Charles Burks was aligned with Gerald Alexander, the outgoing defensive backs coach, and Brian Flores. So you see some movement. I wonder if any more might come, something to keep an eye on.
I'm with you there. All right. Just out of curiosity, did you watch I Am Athlete and that cut with Flores talking about his relationship with Tua?
Omar Kelly's face was so funny, wasn't it?
So you read the same thing, right? That he was holding it in pretty much, like he was about to bust out laughing on that answer.
Listen, we all have our own perspectives on relationships, and sometimes we're shocked to hear how people perceive our relationships. And I think that there's a part of Flores that views his relationship with lots of people in a way that's very different than the way they view it.
Yes. Maybe he is that maybe he lacks that kind of awareness. You're right about that. Maybe that's what it is with that dude. He just lacks total awareness because it's funny because I tweeted out, well, wait a minute. So he had a great relationship with Gesicki also, and Kenny Stills, and Kyle Van Noy, and Chris Greer, and Stephen Ross, and the media. I'm just wondering where are all these great relationships? That's you know what I'm saying? It's like, and to hear him say, well, I had a good relationship with him, a player coach relationship. I challenge the player, even the player challenges, the coach, and this. It's just.
He used the word narrative, which you use sometimes, and
Yes,
I don't like that word because what does it even mean? I mean, there's the truth, and sometimes people's truths are different depending on who you talk to.
Right.
Tua's truth is going to be different than Brian Flores' truth. It's not necessarily Tua's narrative, Flo's narrative, the interpretation through the lens of the media. Whatever happened, and my information is that these two were not particularly close, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Coaches and players don't always have to be close. How are Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson right now?
Yeah, they're not very good right now.
Murray and Cliff Kingsbury right now. You know what I mean? And so relationships are fluid. Relationships do evolve. Coach-player relationship, I do think there is some validity to the idea that Brian Flores wanted to push Tua because he thought that he could be better. Flores clearly felt that Tua was not only performing as well as he would like his quarterback to perform, but also not necessarily putting everything into it from a preparation, dedication to your craft. As I've written, I don't know. I don't know what.
Well, he says, he had all but praise for Tua. The funny part is, you and I know that which they had a strained relationship, but no matter how bad it was, even if you ask Tua, he's never going to.
That's why when Flo said ask Tua, I laughed because
right.
What is Tua Tagovailoa ever going to say other than I enjoyed my time with Coach Flo.
Exactly.
I respect Coach as a person and a coach, and I wish him well in the future. Of course, that's what he's going to say.
Joe, let me ask
you. Everyone will say it's a narrative.
Yeah, exactly. Joe, let me ask you, have you heard anybody join this lawsuit? Because I talked about that earlier. After all this stuff, and I know his lawyers would be the first to be promoting, such and such coach has joined the lawsuit. So there's a ton of minority coaches that have come and gone throughout the league, and nobody, not one name. Why?
Yeah, I obviously we haven't heard any of that made public yet. Maybe there will be. Why? I don't know. I mean, one logical reason is that there is the notion that if you sue the league or clubs, that you are now done as a coach. So, that's very scary. I mean, these guys want to coach. That's their livelihoods. That's the way they make money for their families. So I can certainly understand the apprehension. Maybe it would be more likely to be a coach who's, kind of out of it or not expecting to come back,
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Even some that aren't expected to come back, like Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson really has no shot at coming back, basically. He could join the lawsuit with no problem because he really doesn't have a road back. He's had plenty of opportunities already. So it's not like he's going to get a head coaching job ever again.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Flores and his attorneys would have to convene with Jackson to determine whether it makes sense to align in a lawsuit. You obviously want strategic partnerships.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. But it's just interesting how nobody has joined. Now, then again, you and I can go ahead and sue ESPN, Fox, and CBS, and then let's go apply for jobs after. Let's see how that works out. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You kind of dig your grave. All right, what are you working on at the Palm Beach Post, my friend? So,
well, I posted a story looking at the running back position, and as you know, the last 3 or 4 running backs that the Dolphins have drafted have been in the 7th round. And so I said, all right, Mike McDaniel's offense, he's on running the ball, so maybe it's time to invest on someone or something. There's a running back from Michigan State, Kenneth Walker III, who's worth looking into, especially if he slips to the top of the 2nd round. There's a couple of free agents who would sure look interesting, guys with some NFL credibility. Melvin Gordon, Ronald Jones, Cordero Patterson would be interesting in the Mike McDaniel offense.
Love Cordero Patterson in this offense with
Yeah.
he's the only guy in the NFL that could do
Debo.
some things. No one can do what Debo does, but he's the only one that can kind of resemble a little bit of what Debo does. Debo's unique in his own way.
You don't want to overpay at the running back position, and certainly the Broncos and 49ers have shown that late round draft picks, undrafted players can succeed in this zone running attack. So you don't necessarily, and interestingly, Raheem Mostert and Matt Breida having been a former Dolphin, both available. I believe they would both love to come back here. I know Breida would. I would assume Mostert would have an interest. They both had success with McDaniel.
Mostert's agent lives right there, right in the backyard. So
Brett Tesler is
Tesler, really good dude, by the way.
Agent.
Brett, we love you, brother. Good dude.
Was once a Dolphin.
Huh?
Mostert, not Tesler.
Oh yeah. No, I know. Good dude, man.
So look up that article on the running game and, where the Dolphins might want to go. And then I'm going to work on something today about the offensive tackles position. It'll be interesting to see, do the Dolphins give Austin Jackson another chance at tackle? I kind of think that Eichenberg makes more sense at right tackle. If you think about the Mike McGlinchey situation, both guys played tackle at Notre Dame. Mike McGlinchey played really well at times in the San Francisco offense at right tackle.
Yeah, most of my scouts have already told me that Eichenberg has no business at left tackle.
Right.
He's a right tackle in the NFL. That's what
that means they need a left tackle. So is it Cam Robinson? Is it Teron Armstead?
Some people are talking about Laramie Tunsil, that maybe Houston wants to get rid of him and unload him, and you get him pretty cheap because
as long as it's not for 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, no, it won't be. It'll be probably only for 1, actually, because you got to pay a big salary.
Yeah.
So,
and the Dolphins ironically have the salary cap space. I would welcome Laramie back. He's obviously a very good player and was a very good draft choice of the Tannenbaum. It was Tannenbaum Gase, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't cover that draft because I rejoined the beat in training camp of that year.
Yeah. That was clear, Gase and Tannenbaum. And I was going to tell you, on the running back side, they will invest because pre-flow, they did invest in a pick, and his name is Kenyon Drake.
Third round, yeah. Kalen Ballage in the 4th did not work out.
No.
Drake was a solid pick.
Kenyon Drake did. Kenyon Drake has turned into a solid player.
Drake would be good in this offense. He's a slasher. He can put his foot in the ground and go north-south, although Gase used to criticize him for bouncing it outside too often. So.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. I'll go with this guy instead, where I've seen his running game for years and years and years. By the way, did you watch that video by Brian Baldinger that he made of Mike McDaniel 2 years ago?
No, I didn't see the Mike McDaniel offense breakdown.
I'm gonna send you the link on text in a minute so you can check it out. It's only 8 minutes, but it's genius stuff, dude.
Random, but after having watched Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp in the Super Bowl, and we can knock Adam Gase here or there, I can tell you Adam Gase really, really liked Matthew Stafford, would have been open to acquiring him if at all possible. Really liked Cooper Kupp in the draft. That was like one of his guys that he was banging the table for before the draft. And as we've, rehashed, was a huge Josh Allen fan. So, this guy actually was right about some things.
Oh, no. I mean, listen. Even crazy people get things right once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Cray.
Yeah, cray. Even cray people, get stuff right. Which, by the way, I just texted you the YouTube video. You're gonna love it, dude. It's gonna make an article out of it for you. You'll see.
I did break down the McDaniel offense, so I hope it aligns with the video. That'd be good. I can embed the video in the story.
But you're the dude that does the tape don't lie stuff. You can do a tape don't lie on this.
Yeah, some new energy.
What you're gonna love, Joe, about this, because this is the part I loved. Almost any offensive line will get better when you design it the way he designs it. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. almost any offensive line will get better.
Yeah, because you move in unison. You're not left down on an island to try to
Not
handle
only that,
Aaron Donald.
not only are you moving in unison, but you're also moving pieces where they're chess pieces that you're moving, and you're faking the other team out, and you're putting people completely out of place. It's amazing how he's able to force linebackers to misread a play, and then by misreading it, they get caught up in the trash right away, and there goes the running back down another hole where that linebacker was supposed to be. It is incredibly intelligent offensive line and blocking approach that he has. I mean, I'm just saying it's you got to give people credit when they deserve it.
And credit the roots. I mean, Mike Shanahan, Kyle
Right,
Shanahan, no
exactly.
doubt.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but
And I
he's
know Mike
obviously
does.
gone off of that and done his own thing. And this is 2 years ago, and that's the beauty of it. It's not right now. It's Baldy and Baldy played on the line. So he's breaking all of that down, and it's a really good video for 8 minutes that you sit there and you go, wow, this is a really intelligent guy. Okay.
Check it out.
Yeah, it's well worth it. And check this man out. Follow him on Twitter at Shad Joe. More importantly, you got to do what we all do, okay? You got to subscribe to the Palm Beach Post and support him. Joe, thank you, my brother. We will catch up next week, my friend. You be good.
Big Palm Beach Post discount offer coming Tuesday. Look out for that.
there you
2-year
go.
offer Tuesday. Look for it on Twitter.
We'll plug it again next week. You got
See
it.
you, bud.
All right, Joe. Be good. There you go. Joe Shad, baby. We love him. Appreciate him as always. That's right, American Dream Lending, Miami Dolphins report.
When you're ready to purchase a new home or refinance the one you have, American Dream Lending will make sure your loan experience is easy with fast approvals and quick closings. With many loan programs and competitive rates, now is the time to turn your dreams into reality. Ask about special financing for veterans. They never charge an application fee, and you will work directly with one of their experienced loan professionals. Stop dreaming and contact American Dream Lending today, 786-802-1727, or online at adreamlending.com.
All right, we are back. The head coach was looking at me and go, why aren't you calling the audible for the close? And finally. David Triana, he says, I interviewed Clay this morning for my pod, and I had a question for you. Which fellow sports reporter / hosts have you had a great time interviewing? Omar. I always love interviewing Omar because we get to go back and forth and have some fun. I love Ira. Always have. Got nothing but love for Ira. Let me see. To get off script, I believe it's David Wells, is it? No, that's the pitcher, right? Yeah. Mike Wells in Indianapolis, right? Is it Mike Wells? Let me see. I want to make sure. Let me look at yes, Mike Wells, a Colts reporter. Love doing interviews with that guy. We have a blast because he's kind of a free flower like I am, and he'll have some fun with the puns and everything else. So Mike Wells is one of those guys that I love having on the show. I could have him on all the time, and we'd be rolling, man. Who else do I have over the years? That's something you gotta think of it, man, and like people that for sure I've had like a really, really good time with. And trip it out. Give me some time to think about that. Those are a couple that come to mind. Damn it. In Houston, Sean Salisbury. Sean Salisbury and we put together some awesome segments, I think. You know what I mean? I think if Sean and I did a radio show, it would be a monster. I really do, because he and I bring it all the time. So he definitely would be one of those that I love talking to Sean, because Sean is like me. He's not afraid to say what's on his mind. And that's usually what I like. I'd rather have it like that. I'd rather know where somebody's coming from than, pussyfooting around and dancing around the subject. Jose Lucas says, I was rewatching the Dolphins-Falcons preseason game. What is wrong with you? I noticed every time out of Miami took Flores walked away and never talked to Tua. It was always Charlie Fry. Flores never cared for Tua. Flores never wanted Tua, dude. He didn't want Tua. He didn't want Tua, okay? I'm telling you, he didn't want Tua. Big old Sam Madison bringing good karma back to the old ball club. Yeah, I love Sam Madison, so you'll never get me to say anything bad about Sam Madison. He's fantastic. He's just a great person, man. Hell of a player for the Dolphins, and it's nice. And let me tell you, work ethic to be a coach. That's the thing. Some guys aren't really cut to be coaches. No, I'm sorry. Most guys aren't cut to be coaches because get ready for this, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for this? Coaches work more than players.
Tell me about it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Here you go. Players, by the way.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, players, by the way. Yeah, they work hard, like athletically on the field and all that, but coaches are coaching them up throughout the whole thing. And then they're game planning all week long, day and night. Those guys barely leave the building. They barely even know what their families look like. And Sam Madison has the goods to be a coach. He has the work ethic. There are just some guys that it's just not in them to be that guy. That's, I don't want to pick on him or anything like that, but too many of you have wanted that for Marino. Marino's not that guy, bro. He's not that guy. He's not going to sit in an office 100 hours a week and break down all kinds of film and travel to, Wisconsin and then go to, North Dakota and then California and then Arizona and Texas and then come back home and then file all these things and write all these reports and then control the scouting department and everything. Crazy, dude. That guy wants to hit the back nine in the afternoon after in the morning talking to some CEOs for the team and walking by the facility. And Tua says, "Hey, Dan, what do you think about this?" "Yeah, I think you should do this and throw them open." And then he walks away. And by the way, you want some isotoners? And that's it. That's what Dan wants to do.
He's like, F it, send it in.
Yeah, some of you Dolphins, you want to ruin his life by making him a general manager and a coach. I'm serious. You would ruin his life because he has no intentions on doing that. That's like asking me to go work in radio again for a corporation. No, not going to happen. Why do you want to ruin my life? I don't want to work for a corporation. No more, dude. Not doing it. Exactly. See?
No mas.
No mas. We grow this. And we're going to grow it and going to keep growing it and taking it to other levels. Like we have already. And set to go more. Who knows? But I'm just saying, it takes a special individual, and Sam Madison has the goods. So that's the reason when I saw the hire, I go, it's a good hire because he wants to be a coach. You know what I mean?
Even in his off time, he was coaching his son's team in Little League football. This was years ago, a couple years ago, but he would show up there. And I mean, there was a team. Think about this, okay? They had the DBs were being coached by Sam Madison. This is Little League football,
right?
The defensive linemen were being coached by Jason Taylor,
right? Well, I was just about to tell you,
and this wasn't St. Thomas.
I was about to tell you and tell the folks out there. Think about this: Jason Taylor, coach; Sam Madison, coach; Pat Surtain, coach. Zach and Tim Bowens are the only two that didn't end up coaching, but 3 of your 5 guys end up coaching. And if Zach wanted to coach, he could if he wanted to, but he doesn't have to. That's not what he wants to do.
I was going to say, nothing in him shows me that he would want to be.
No, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to deal with that. Because for Zach, it'd be so hard to teach people to be him. And he'd be frustrated with that, which is the reason why a lot of great players struggle being coaches, because they almost expect everybody to be able to do the things they were able to do. And that's just never the case. Ricardo Joseph, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, you guys look great in red. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's Sloman's red, sir. We are in Sloman's red.
Slim and Sloman's red.
That's it. That's it.
Oh,
next year when we're here, then Sloman's can give us smaller shirts because we're going to be smaller when we get here next year. That's the challenge. So
Did you see what Dougie Fresh put?
what do you put?
I need to find this so I can get the exact wording. He
Oh,
wants
yeah.
us to do a weigh-in.
He wants weigh-in and two?
Yeah, he wants me and you to do a weigh-in and then have a competition. You know Dougie Fresh.
That's actually fun. To make it a competition, that motivates both of us.
Yeah.
In a good way, actually. I think Dougie Fresh is onto something there.
Dougie Fresh is on?
Dougie Fresh is on. On. All right. Don't forget, folks, that's Sloman's Home Shield right now. We're going to give you a free doorbell camera. That's right. The first 40 Big O listeners, 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. And that doorbell camera, it is so awesome. I mean, it's secure. You feel safer. You feel like you know a little bit more about what's going on around your home. You've got indicators all the time telling you if there's any movement going on. And that's what I love. Yeah, sometimes it's just a car going by and your corner camera caught it or whatever. All right, whatever. But you know if somebody's there, you're going to see it right away. And that's what you want. You want the Sloman's protection, so that way you're able to call, the authorities right away. They're going to call the authorities right away. Alarm goes off, they're going to call right away. If you don't give them the code, the authorities are on their way. Guaranteed. That's the way it is. And you can connect also your smoke alarms too. So if there's any issues at home, boom, right away the fire department is contacted and your home hopefully being protected as soon as possible, and maybe they can put that fire out and save your home from actually suffering major damage. You're going to love the Sloman's Home Shield. 1-800-ALARM-ME, and the first 40 Big O listeners right now will get that free doorbell camera. It connects directly to your smartphone with the installation of your Sloman Shield. And of course, we're going to give you a free customized home security system with professional installation when you use our low-cost central station monitoring. And you're getting an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 arm doors, and a backup battery. All you have to do, folks, is dial 1-800-ALARM-ME, or better yet, I've got the link right below here on our YouTube page so you can get your free doorbell camera. The first 40 Big O listeners right now, 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Sloman's, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
The Big O Radio Show is looking for partners to join our growing platform. If your business is ready to reach an audience that starts in Florida, crosses the nation while expanding internationally, this is the program that provides that vehicle. The Big O Radio Show is ready to broadcast live anywhere in the world to represent your event or product. To reach out by phone, 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. Or email bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Help us grow as we provide the content and personal connection corporate entities will never achieve.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear. If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Caneswear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
All right, there we go. We are ready to rock. We are ready to roll. How you doing, Manny? How you doing, baby? You doing all right?
Doing good. Oh, how are you?
Good, bro. We're in New York having some fun. We're actually in Long Island. We're in Hicksville, Long Island, in the Sloman Shield headquarters.
Nice.
So yes, we've been here for the last couple of days. Headed off to the city today, so we'll have some fun.
Beautiful. How's the weather?
It's been great. I talked to Mother Nature. I told her, hey, sweetheart, no nor'easters, none of that 30-degree, 10-degree weather. I don't want any flurries, no nothing. And then she knows her place. She knows her place. So she took care of us as she's supposed to. So I have the Canes taken care of you, like solved all the coaching issues already and moved on?
Not yet, man. Not yet. Well, listen, spring practices start till March 7th, right? And you can't really recruits won't be on campus till March 1st. They can't start making unofficial visits or whatever until then. So, you have the rest of February to kind of decide. And Mario has proven, right, that he's going to take his sweet time finding the right guys and working his way through the system. 3 assistants left to name. Both of those guys could still be here if there's not better options elsewhere. Stephen Field, DeMarcus Van Dyke. Those are guys that were on staff last year that are good recruiters, that are proven recruiters, that in the event that Mario doesn't find what he wants elsewhere, he could always just stick with those guys. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I think we'll get an answer at some point. I'm not worried about it. Like I told you before, and I was proven right the first time, right, with the coordinator hires. Yeah. So money talks, and you're going to get good coaches one way or another. So that's what I would tell Miami fans.
Well, let's hope that they can get it done and finish off the coaching staff. I mean, listen, overall, I like what I've seen in the bigger side of the coordinator side. I like what they were able to do there, and I think also the offensive line coaches, which it reminds me a lot of what the Dolphins are doing. I think it's so important now, and I think maybe we'll start seeing a real difference on the offensive line for the Canes.
Yeah, I think, the moment Mario was brought in here, you became a serious player for, elite offensive line recruits. And you look at Miami's offensive line right now and you say, well, who have they developed? How have those guys progressed? Well, Zion Nelson was like a low 3-star recruit when he was coming out of high school. Nobody had heard of him. He wasn't some big name kid. They kind of, took him away from a G5 program, Appalachian State, to come here. And he turned into a pretty decent, pass protecting left tackle. But he's not a bona fide first round pick like an Evan Neal, who Miami was trying to get a few years ago, ends up going to Alabama, becomes their starting left tackle. And he's a kid out of the area down here in Okeechobee. Mario is going to get you in the conversations with the Evan Neals of the world now. He's going to get you in the conversations with the Penei Sewells of the world. And I know we can all sit here and say, well, it doesn't matter. Ed Reed was a 2-star. Oh, it's a lot harder nowadays to find those diamonds in the rough. The elite kids, the guys that are really the best of the best, with the internet and the amount of film that's available online, very rarely do you find those elite finds as far as guys that can come in and be bona fide studs on your offensive line. And I think, between him and Mario and Alex Mirabal, they're going to coach those guys up and get the most out of the lower rated recruits. But the real deal here, if you want to beat Alabama, if you want to beat Georgia and Ohio State, you have to recruit elite offensive and defensive linemen. That is the goal.
Yeah.
And Mario, in my opinion, he automatically puts you in the conversation because all of these offensive linemen know I can go to Miami and not only am I going to get coached up by Alex Mirabal, who's one of the best himself, okay, at developing guys, but Mario Cristobal is always going to be focused on the offensive line. He's always going to want to see what's going on there. And so you're going to be in conversations for like this kid, Josh Conerly, who's out of Washington, who didn't sign. He's a 5-star kid, All-American. Didn't sign here in February, was waiting. Kids like him, you're going to be in the conversation for, and that's how you win championships. That is where it all starts for the Alabamas, the Georgias, Ohio States of the world.
Yeah, for me, that's how they're going to get, let's say, an edge, because I'm watching this video that Baldinger put out of Mike McDaniel 2 years ago, and all these blocking schemes that he comes up with, and schemes that the player barely does anything, and he's already put the other team at a disadvantage, and it makes life easy for his own linemen. And when I see a Mirabal and I see a Cristobal coming here, and the other dude, who's the other dude that helps Mirabal out?
Joe Salavea, who's the Samoan,
Right.
the Samoan out there on the West Coast, who definitely helps in the recruiting process with all the Samoans, makes them feel at home, want to come here. There's a Samoan player now that Miami picked up from the portal. So
I'll take Samoan offensive linemen every day of the week and twice on Sundays, okay? Because over the years, I've seen a lot of them have success at the NFL level. So I have no problem. Those are tough dudes naturally. You know what I mean? So I'm good with that. But I love that because I think Miami now has that edge in that area. And to me, that's going to Tyler Van Dyke was already a badass. Can you imagine now you give him a line and a scary running game? Now you can keep him untouched. He's going to be able to put up some serious ass numbers. And I think your defense, if you got a powerful offense that can give you leads, you're going to be able to play much better defense on leads always than you do in tight games or trailing or anything like that. So to me, they kind of get an edge on that. And by the way, speaking of edge, Chase Smith got an NIL deal with.
Yeah, you're right.
Huh?
Yeah, I appreciate that. You gave me the heads up on that. I mean, these kids are all signing these NIL deals. It's hard to keep up with who's getting what. So I appreciate you passing along that info. Yeah, listen, all of these kids
we might know something about the edge drink. I don't know what
you might. You might. There might be some insight you've got there. I don't know. Maybe a connection. Yeah, he signed a deal. All of these kids now. I'm looking at the roster. It feels like there's over 50 NIL deals with kids on this team, and that's ultimately how you attract recruits, right? By showing them the older kids who already have deals. There's guaranteed money. There's proof in the pudding, so to speak, that you come to Miami, an NIL deal is waiting for you. And one thing I'll mention is it's not even just the elite kids. Like Chase Smith, he's going to be a stud at Miami. He's going to be one of their best linebackers, in my opinion, the next couple of years, but he still hasn't played. Like he's barely been on the field, though, and he's got an NIL deal. If you want to compete to be the best program in the country, everybody needs to get paid, and everybody needs to be viewed as a value here at Miami. That's how you convince recruits to come here. It's an arms race. David Ubben for The Athletic wrote an excellent article this week. I don't know if you saw it, but basically about the initiative that they have at the University of Tennessee, where basically these marketing guys, they're not even making any bones about it. They're the ones going to recruit saying, hey, these are the packages you could get if you pick Tennessee. And it's very careful because I know we're all scared about the NCAA, right? For years, we've been trained mentally like, hey, wait a minute, we can't talk to recruits about NIL. Well, that's not true. What you can do is say, if you came to Tennessee, these are the kind of things you could get. And that's their approach. And I thought it was a fascinating article. They talked about apartments, cars, food, all these. Great article. I would tell your listeners to check out and read. Miami, we have our own version here. It's not a full-blown initiative like these two guys were organizing it together, but between John Ruiz and a couple of other people, like the folks at Energy Drink, guys are getting deals, and it is happening, and it is an attractive way. And this is going to be the first full recruiting cycle. 2023 will be the first full recruiting cycle where NIL plays an influence. I think last year when it initially started, I didn't hear enough kids talking about it right until the end, until we got to February, the kids who waited. Then you started to see how the NIL deals really played a role in them picking schools. Now, from the get-go, from Jump Street, every one of these kids who comes to Miami's campus, the first thing out of their mouth is, well, what's the NIL deal? What am I going to get if I come here? Because that's what they're hearing when they go to the SEC schools. So it's very important that aspect, that branch, so to speak, of college football. Very interesting, very fresh, very new, but very important.
I mean, it's again, this is and I think this is going to help out the university. I don't think it'll help out Tennessee much because they sucked anyways, and they were giving money away anyway. The SEC's been giving money away for years as it is. So if you sucked then, you're still going to suck now with NIL deals. That's not going to improve you. But for Miami, this is one that because this actually helps out to make up, even though the amenities are much better nowadays for the Canes players than they have been in the past. You're still never going to compete with Alabama in amenities and things like that. In the end, they're always going to be a little bit ahead of you when it's all said and done. But these NIL deals, it's a little different to enjoy your money in South Beach and in Fort Lauderdale and and the Keys if you're a Canes player than if you're in Tuscaloosa. It's nice to have a little money, but it's not the same styling. You know what I'm saying?
And that's ultimately where, if Miami is ever going to be a national champion again, that's where you get the edge. But you have to have everything else. You have to have it all, because that's what Georgia and Alabama and all these schools have. That's why they're in the championship every year. They've had it all for a long time. They've had the money.
Had that edge long time.
Yeah. A long time. Yeah. And so Miami's just beginning to develop that, really, in the modern era of college football. And we will see. This season will be very important for Mario Cristobal to prove it on the field, man. They got to the ACC Coastal Division. When I look at it, and I've been breaking it down here for the last couple of days, doing deep dives on every single team. I want to know everybody on Miami's schedule. I want to know what issues they have. It's the off season is when you do this stuff. I just looking at them, this is as winnable a division as it's ever been, just because Virginia's down. Virginia Tech has a new coach. North Carolina needs a quarterback. Georgia Tech has been terrible for years. They've lost players in the transfer. Like, to me, there's one team, and it's Pittsburgh. And so the rest of the games, you sit here and you say, oh, Mario Cristobal, 9-10 wins. Yeah, that's what it should be. Easy this year. Like, there's no excuses. Years past, you could say, well, Virginia's got a good quarterback. They got a high-powered offense. Or, look at North Carolina with that quarterback. They have a chance to be This year, it's a down year in the Coastal Division. There's just a lot of teams, in my opinion, that are really, like, lost a lot and have to rebuild outside of Pittsburgh. And so this is a very winnable year. You win on the field, you win off the field, and you do that a couple years in a row, and now you're really talking about competing for championships.
Let's hope so, man. Let's hope so. Any other news, transfer portal? I know they can't recruit, but any other buzz that we should know about?
No, I mean, look, this weekend, just to tease ahead of something I'll be covering, I mean, you have the Under Armour next camp at Ivy State Park on Sunday. And so you're going to have a bunch of elite 2023 kids out there. Miami's got 2 commitments right now in that class. But, I expect this is the time of year where they do these camps and the kids are talking about the schools that they're really interested in. So we'll get some clarity with some of these 2023 kids for all the fans out there who are interested in that are constantly looking at recruiting. And it's going to take on a different deal now with Mario Cristobal. Not that Manny Diaz didn't care about recruiting, but we know that he cares about it on another universe type level. Mario does. So it'll be interesting. That's going on this weekend. There's, more 7-on-7 stuff, camps, etc. So there'll be a lot of off-season buzz in the 23 kids. And the 23 class down here locally is pretty good in terms of wide receivers, DBs. Mario's actually going to go speak. He's going to be the guest speaker at a high school banquet, end of season banquet. And oh, by the way, that's where the number 1 cornerback in the country goes to high school. So convenient planning. But again, this is
yeah. But no, wait a minute. Mario also knows that there's probably 2 other kids next year that are also right, and they'll be listening. So he's not only trying to recruit that kid. Mario, he's playing chess, bro. He's probably playing keys for a couple of other kids that are in there that we're not following. Just the obvious one, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I'm gonna be driving up there just to see what Cormani McLean says to him, and meanwhile, there's gonna be, like you said, 3 other kids that I'm like, hey, wait a minute,
Well, and what's even better than the guy
Yeah.
that we're trying to get this year, you know what I mean? That's
Yep.
probably why he's there, because there's some other kids that are, probably coming up too. Because he's gonna. I tell you, man, it's just gonna be a different. It just seems like again, this kind of reminds me of Jimmy Johnson coming from Oklahoma and Oklahoma State and being ready and prepared for this moment and attacking it. But then this time around, this guy gets to attack it with all the weapons.
Yep.
Okay, because now they've given him all the resources, and you've got Mr. Ruiz with all that cash, and he's driving around with Wells Fargo trucks, going, "Okay, who's next?" And
Mm-hmm.
that helps out a lot, dude. That's enormous, bro.
It's really what it all comes down to. Got to have it all, and they got it all now. And then you've got to, most importantly, you have a football coach, a head football coach who's hungry as hell. He knows the pressure that's on him. I mean, he came back here. He's got the biggest coaching salary Miami's ever had, doubled it, basically, doubled what Mark Richt was making per year, and has the biggest spending budget. He knows he cannot fail. Like, if he fails, if this thing doesn't get going off the first or second year, and they're still losing games on the field that they shouldn't, he knows that he could lose the fan base quickly. He knows the kind of pressure that's on him. So without question, he is hungry, and he is going after this 150 miles an hour.
You now have the edge on your Canes information with Manny Navarro and our Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes report. Manny, thank you, my brother. We will catch up next week, my friend.
Good talking to you. Take care.
Got it, baby. Be good. There you go. Manny Navarro and our Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes report.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CFs, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
By the way, this is another reminder because we're out here at Sloman's headquarters here in Hicksville, Long Island, and we talk about how the family that owns Sloman's and runs Sloman's, they're all Dolphin fans, hardcore Dolphin fans, hardcore Dolphin fans. We had some great Dolphin conversations yesterday. And we tell you, hey, listen, if you're thinking of an alarm company and a lot of Dolphin fans, check this out. Here you go, Sloman's. And, big supporters of the Dolphins, big supporters of what I would consider now the number one Dolphin source anywhere. Radio, podcasting, YouTube, you name it. No program brings better Dolphin information than our program by miles. It's not even close. And Sloman's is supporting that. Well, guess what? So is Edge Energy Drink. So Edge Energy Drink, John lives here in South Florida. His business is from here. Okay. It is the best energy drink out there. And I need it now that I'm going to start working out even more. So thank you, John. And they just signed Chase Smith to an NIL deal. So you're talking about Edge Energy Drink being a supportive company of our community, University of Miami. So let's, that's kind of the synergy of this show. You know what I mean? It's great people that are great sponsors. They're supporters of our show. They're supporters of our local team. They're just like family. And by the way, we have a link below for your Edge Energy Drink. Smooth, delicious, and zero aftertaste. Zero. So amazing. So check it out. Edge Energy Drink. Big O, have you seen Omar Kelly and Flores? Yes, I did. And we already talked about it at the beginning of the show. You can rewind to the start, my brother. It's about, 10 minutes in or something like that. Well, how deep was it? How deep was it, Andy Reid? About 10 minutes in. Okay, the coach is never wrong. That's the wrong card. It's your menu. See, the other Andy Reid has a game card with all the plays. Our Andy Reid has a sports grill menu. You know what I mean? That's kind of the way he goes about his business. So there you go. What else do we have here? Sean has just seized up their freezed up a minute, I guess. That's what it was.
I was trying to mess with the chat, and
you stayed still on purpose?
I stayed still pointing, and nobody said anything. And then finally, I stopped, and then Dougie came on and was like, "What is he pointing at?" And then finally, somebody said somebody seized up, but I was waiting to see some comments and nothing, so I just stopped.
Yeah, remember, it can't freeze on the right side if it's not frozen on the left side.
Because we are on the same network.
Yes.
Now when we're in the OK Coin Studios at home, that could happen, but not here.
No, right, exactly. That's true. That's true.
And yes, Edge and Tito's.
Big O, why don't you ask Tua? I know Omar will ask Tua then. And what are they going to say? Ask Kenny Stills and ask Van. No, yeah, exactly. It's just a bunch of crap, you know. What else do we have? I love to. Okay, Lewis, that's all right. That's a little too much information. Okay. Edge and Tito's. Oh, Edge and Tito's is good. Edge and Grey Goose is also good. Edge and a little rum is also good. Edge straight up is actually fantastic. There you go. Doubled up on the rocks. I like it. And please hit the like button. That's right. Greater good. Thank you all out there. Hit that like button. Very important to hit that like button. Omar Kelly is set to join us in about 5 minutes. We will talk to Omar Kelly, and we'll get his thoughts on the Flores podcast. I'm sure he's. It does. You know what? Bring it up again, because we've got new listeners that are tuning in, and some of them may not have heard it, and it's a good lead in to get ready for Omar now. I don't like repeating content. I never do that, but I'm not trying to repeat any content. I'm just trying to set up now the interview coming up here with Omar, just so you'll know, just in case those of you that are tuning in, you don't know what's going on. Omar was on the I Am Athlete podcast with Brandon Marshall. They and somebody else was there. I forgot who else. But they had Flo, and they put out a little teaser, a little excerpt from the interview, and it was about his relationship with Tua. And here's Flores telling you, if you want to believe it, his relationship with Tua. Go ahead, Sean.
This is an interesting topic because it wasn't strained. We had a good relationship. It was a player-coach relationship. And I think in a relationship like that, the coach challenges the player. And oftentimes the player challenges the coach. And I think there was a great deal of respect between the two of us. So you hear these crazy this narrative that's out there. But this is a young man who works, who developed and got better over 2 years. And, I think he's got a bright future, and I wish him all the best. So the world can think what it wants to think. I think as to I'm here to say what I got to say, and you can ask him. So I think he'd say the same thing.
There you go. All right. So we're going to have Omar on now at the bottom of the hour, and we'll ask him here his thoughts on that interview. Because if you saw Omar's face, it was like he was almost close to busting out like, you're not really lying here, are you? Like, seriously? Like, you're really going to tell us this? What?
This is your narrative, right? This is your narrative.
So this is what you think happened? That kind of stuff. So we're looking forward to hearing Omar, because it seemed like he wasn't buying a damn thing from Flo. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what he's got to say about it.
Oh, can I ask you something about
anything?
When you just had the interview with Joe Shad?
You're the head coach.
Well, no. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me get my playbook.
Okay.
Now, when you were talking to Joe Shad, and he's like,
calamari.
Oh, so good last night, by the way. But anyways, I'm talking food now. I forgot what I was talking about. Hold on, let me look.
Joe Shad?
Joe Shad. And he asked you about, or no, you asked him about the Omar thing, and his response was, well, maybe
lobster ravioli.
Come on, man. And his response was,
we ate at Il Mulino last night, and it was just
so
amazing.
good.
All right, go ahead.
Was the fact that he's like, well, maybe that's the way Flo looks at it. Do you think Flo is like that out of
Yes,
out of
lack of
touch
awareness? Maybe. I don't know you.
I mean, maybe with that one relationship with Tua, maybe he didn't think it was a strain, but you can't throw. It's obvious with the Kenny Stills.
Minka.
No, I know those, but
Minka.
Maybe he thinks for
Kenny
some
Stills,
reason he had a better relationship with Tua than.
But Kenny Stills didn't affect your team the way you had to trade away a young Pro Bowl player because he and the coach did not get along.
I just can't think that somebody can be that, I guess.
The lack of
blind
awareness.
or lack of awareness of what they're doing.
Yeah. Apparently he has a lack of an enormous lack of awareness.
You wanted to trade the kid since day one.
Well, no, he didn't want to draft a kid.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Initially.
You haven't wanted him since day one, I guess.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
And then you wanted to trade him beginning this season. Then he got hurt, and then you didn't want to bring him back.
Right. But his relationship is just perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Ay, Dios mío.
Oh, man. So we will ask Omar. Send him a text, remind him, make sure he's so we can make sure. Let's see. What else do we have? Flores defines hostile work environment. Ask Kenny Stills. Flores had a severe lack of self-awareness. Ask the coaches he hired and fired. Eric Collins says, hello, Dolphins Nation. Thank you, Big O. Great show. You make the Miami sports scene come to life and make us feel like we're in South Florida, even though we're in Mesquite, Nevada. Eric and Rolly Nitra, I think Rolly Nitria, or what is that? I think Roland Tria, I think is how it's pronounced. Wow, that's an interesting name. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. And that's that's why I always say Dolphins around the world, because or Heat fans around the world, or Canes fans around the world, or Inter Miami fans. South Florida fans around the world, because I know that there's a lot of people that love South Florida teams that don't live here or don't live there, because I'm in New York right now. So I get it. I totally understand that. And I'm so aware of that because I'm one of the guys that's on social media constantly connecting with people all over the world that love their Heat and their Canes and their Dolphins and the Marlins and the Panthers. So I get all of that. And that's why Sean and I are trying to create a program that provides that information, and anyone in the world can grab that information directly. They can watch our channel on YouTube, or they can download the podcast and, have with it, man. Go for it. Enjoy it. And that's what we're trying to do, man. By the way, tonight, 8 o'clock, Slattery's in New York. That is the Dolphins bar in New York City, Slattery's. We're going to be there tonight at 8 p.m. All right? So if any of you work in the area, and you can go down to Slattery's, we'd appreciate it. Come on down and join us. It's going to be a lot of fun being out at Slattery's. There you go. All right, he's working the angles again.
Listen, I'm trying to get the formation correct, okay?
Big O, you're scaring me. Creating a narrative after you showed him love for his integrity of standing up not to lose on purpose for Tua and Gesicki. Now you spin this out thin air. Flo told you. Thin air. Kenshawn, I'm the guy that told you he was running roughshod throughout the entire building all year. All year. I would tell our insiders, go find out, go see what's going on in that building. I don't know if you remember or not. There's no out in the air or anything like that. This isn't something that I made up. I'm not creating any narrative. I already talked about this before it happened. I'm the only person in the country that talked about this before it happened. So I'm not sure what it's funny, Kenshawn. It seems like you're on every day and I don't get that. That's kind of why Dolphin fans have kind of freaked out about this story, because I was the only one talking about that Flo was not doing it. I was the only one talking about Flo getting fired during a winning streak. Do the math. Why do you think I was talking about Flo getting fired during a winning streak? Do you think maybe I might have had some insight that no one else had? You think I might have known that what was going on behind the scenes? So I'm not sure, Kenshawn. It looks to me like at times you watch the show, but you're not really paying attention. You might be working and you have me on half-assed in the background, or you're, whatever, doing something, but you're really not paying attention. But that's, that was kind of the thing about this show, that when they fired Flo, a lot of people were like, wow, I thought O was out of his mind. How do they fire a guy that won 10 games and 7 in a row and yada, 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 all that stuff? Because most people thought I was out of my mind that Flo was going to get fired. But I was never out of my mind. And I kept telling you that he was running roughshod through the building. You can go rewind. I don't know how many podcasts said that, but a bunch over the last 7-8 months. But that's all right. Big O, is Dougie going to be there as well? Yes, he is. Dougie told me he's showing up. So Dougie Do Wrong will also be there. I told him, I said, you got to be there, bro. I said, you got to be there. I got to give you a big old hug and hang out with you there. So Dougie says he's going. So we're counting on Dougie to go. We're counting on all of you out there that live or work in the area. Please come on out. Let's have some fun, man. Let's talk some Dolphins. There's a lot of good stuff to talk about. That's the way I look at it. I'm sorry. I apologize, but there's a lot of good things to talk about, and I think the Dolphins are headed in the right direction, finally. So we'll see. We'll see. We are waiting Omar Kelly. Where is Omar Kelly? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, Omar?
Somebody in the chat put Hank Goldberg versus Joe, and he put Zagacki, but I'm guessing he meant Joe Zagacki.
What about him?
No, I think as far as like a fight or something.
No, that's not. You don't do that. That's not a fight. You don't want to. Those two guys are not. You don't do that.
Goldberg against Zagacki?
No. Oh, I love both guys.
I do too, actually. Yeah.
I'm not. I know both guys. I'm not doing that to both guys. I'm not.
I've worked with both. Both of them are.
That's not the kind of fight you want to, start anyways with either guy, bro.
Well, Joe makes you work. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I got Hank at the tail end, so I'm not sure how Hank made people work.
Oh, he made him work
back in the day.
He made him work.
But Joe made me work now.
You were going to earn it. You were going to earn it. All right. Let's talk a little Miami Dolphins football with our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report. For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. The Big O Radio Show is home for the hardcore Dolphins fan. That's why we give you Omar Kelly twice a week. Buckle up. It's time for the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show.
Back, we're ready. Omar Kelly is ready to join us here to talk a little Miami Dolphins football and talk a little Brian Flores. Follow him on Twitter at Omar Kelly as he fixes his hair. Your hair always looks good, dude. You got the dreads, bro.
Yeah, but
You fix it.
there's like strays. I need to get them redone, and there's strays hanging everywhere.
All right.
Plus,
Well,
this
whatever.
light is just a little bit weird. But anyway, I got like a halo going on here. It's kind of weird.
It looks good, bro. Give me a break.
All right.
You're fine, bro. You're fine. All right. So, yes, we watched that teaser clip that you guys put out with Brian Flores, and we're all collectively saying you were ready to bust out laughing when he said that Tua and him had a fine relationship and that it wasn't strained and all that. Your face was you really want to laugh and say, "Get the hell out of here." So the question we all want to know is, did you buy the bullshit?
I didn't. You know what? Everybody's reality is based on their point of positioning. You understand what I'm saying? And
by the way, that's exactly what Joe Shad said earlier. He thought that his view of what his relationship was with you might be completely different than the way you view it. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As I have said, even before he got hired, and continue to say about Bill Belichick proteges, their struggles dealing with people and having interpersonal relationships is unilateral across the board, problematic.
Remember what I told you? I told you it's because he keeps them all in a room the entire time, and the first time they get that exposure is when they get a job. Boom.
And Josh McDaniel admitted that my failures were part because I didn't know how to deal or talk to people. And I think Flores has the same issue. I've never been shy about saying that. I think I don't think he has the full accurate portrayal of what his issues are. Not yet.
He lacks awareness, is what you're saying.
I think they all lack awareness. I mean, I'm sure Gase still lacks awareness. Yeah, because partly, he got hired. He was out of work for like 10 days and got hired right back and never learned anything from his past firings or experiences. It was all their fault, and then he failed again. They all lack awareness. I give respect to Josh McDaniel because it took him a decade before.
Wait a minute. He talked it. Now let's see if he walks it.
That's true. That's true.
So that's two things.
Very good point.
It's two things. So, but hey, listen. Part of addressing any problem in life is first addressing that you have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
At least he's man enough to say, hey, dude, I was immature, which is what Matt Patricia was, which is what Brian Flores was. And that's because Belichick doesn't allow you to really.
I don't know if Brian Flores was immature. I wouldn't say any of his
not immature, but not prepared for that job of dealing.
I just think dealing with that he probably, because I don't, we talked about this. He never tried to do the Patriots way. He never tried to be Bill Belichick. He was himself. And I would agree with that. The things that were problematic were how he dealt with people, how he talked to people, the passive aggressiveness. And, and I think that those are things that are at the core of who he is. And I'm not necessarily certain that he sees them as a problem because his point was, I coach people hard, and I held people accountable. And generally, if you had a problem with that, it's because you didn't like being held accountable or you didn't like being coached hard. And I think that there's some truth and validity to that. The heated exchange between him and Tua came after the Tennessee game, which Tua played horribly in. So is a coach not supposed to check a player for playing poorly in these elements and these conditions? And that leads to things that I've heard and things that I cannot verify at this present moment, that Tua doesn't necessarily like to be coached hard. Now, you would think that a guy who comes from Nick Saban.
Come on, dude. Yeah.
Listen, all I'm saying to you is what I have heard.
I know that's a bunch of crap, dude. That's
let me finish what I'm saying.
A bunch of crap.
This is a different generation of player.
I agree.
And This different generation of player feels like they need to be coddled, and quarterbacks more than all. So
can I do something dangerous?
when have I ever stopped you before?
I'm going to stereotype. You
okay,
ready?
Go for it.
Those Samoans, those Polynesians.
Yes.
I've never seen any of them be soft.
Oh, no. They have the stereotype is that they have a very passive, easy-going, carefree, laissez-faire. And I don't know.
No, they are hardcore. They're blue collar. They work incredibly hard.
Nobody is questioning how hard.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
Nobody.
something. Haitian people are kind of the same way. They're incredibly passive too at times. They are very family.
I'm married to a Haitian woman. You was alive.
And Haitian people are hardworking people in general. I'm saying, in general, I worked with a lot of them at WLQY and WKAT for 2 years.
I'm not saying a single word on that subject because I don't. You don't
think Haitian people in general are hardworking people, man, and
I think
family oriented and stuff.
I think making blanket statements like that are dangerous. Like I can tell you experiences that I've had.
I just told you I was going to make a dangerous statement, dude.
Yeah, no. And I don't think it's accurate. I don't think it's accurate at all.
Okay.
Even
but at least the Polynesians that I've run into in the football sense, those are all tough some bitches, dude.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what the complaint about Marcus Mariota is? The same complaint that's about Marcus Mariota is the same complaint that I'm hearing about Tua. And
Marcus Mariota is just injury prone as hell. That's his problem, and he's never been accurate. That's his other problem. That's a major problem, and that was a problem from Oregon that he wasn't accurate. He's not an accurate quarterback, dude.
Listen, I don't know, and we're now going to be on our second coaching staff with Tua. We're going to figure out within the next 2 years whether Tua is or he isn't a franchise quarterback. So ultimately, but getting to the root of whether or not they had a problem, he pointed out and said, I coached Tua hard, and a lot of times that includes him challenging him, and he challenged me as well.
Yeah, hey, why don't you handle me with a little more respect and stop being an idiot? Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, I hate you. I want Watson. I never wanted to draft you. Yeah, I coach him hard.
I don't know what it, and here's the thing about the statement that he made, and which is where I felt a little bit uncomfortable about the ask Tua. Tua is never, ever.
And he knows that. And he knows that.
Yeah, exactly. You know that. So Tua's going to take the high road. Now, Tua, during the press conferences last year, dropped a ton of hints that Brian Flores' style was a little gruff, a little aggressive, and straight shooter, doesn't always tell you things that you want to hear. And after the Tennessee game, if you replay that interview that he had after the Tennessee game, Tua was basically like, F it. Like, I'm going to say what I got to say because, my coach ain't even got my back.
No, of course not. So, when Duke Johnson has 7 rushes for 49 yards, and you don't want to give him the ball anymore, just to see if maybe 15 turn into 100.
We're not going to entertain this. It was put into his hands. I'm sure Tua would have wanted it put in his hand. We're not going to entertain this conversation. We're not.
It was raining. It was raining. You got to run the ball in that situation.
We've done this way too many times. Let's move on. I've sat there and looked at the playbook and pointed out to you there was no opportunity to run. You refused to acknowledge that.
He got 7 for 49. What are you talking about?
There was no opportunity to run in the second half. Let's move on from that.
Gotta try, bro. Try. Damn, you just can't give up on it. You know what I'm saying? But he loves Tua. So,
next,
by the way,
he did not say he loves Tua.
What more? No, I'm just saying. I was just having fun. So, what other nugget can you give us from that interview that we haven't seen yet? That why we want to see it? What else there? Give us a little teaser on something else there that might have had you almost laughing in his face because you were close to busting out, bro. You were close to busting out. You were.
No, that wasn't.
I don't know if you're trying to make some inroads with Flo. You know,
no, come on,
he gonna let you in. He gonna let you in, Omar. I just want you to know that.
No, you know me. That ain't how. If I wasn't gonna be there, and I was there to ask the tough questions. That was. It wasn't gonna be no patty cakes. We're not gonna play tiddlywinks. Like you gonna answer some questions. The one thing I think that tanking was never discussed during his interview process. The organization's philosophy, approach, thought process about tanking, strategy was never discussed, and he would not have never agreed to it, according to him. Then I asked him about, okay, well, what about all the tank moves that you guys made, trading away players, claiming guys on Tuesday, starting him on Sunday?
Oh, he went quiet there. Oh, he's getting a call. Wait a minute. Hold on. You're going to call. You're going to call. You're going to call. You're going to call. Call. There we go. Now he went blank. Now he's back. Let's see. Okay. Do we have him? No audio. No audio. No audio. No audio. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can hear you. No hear you. No hear. No. There we go. Now he's trying to figure it out. There we go. He dropped now. Oh, there. Oh, he go. It was Flo sabotaging. That's what it was. Flo called Omar and he wanted to interrupt it. And he wanted to sabotage it. He's probably got a Russian right next to him trying to hack Omar's phone right now, like they're hacking the Ukraine and stuff. That's what's going on. All right, Omar. So what happened there on the tanking thing? Because you completely went out.
What I was saying to you is, what was I saying? On the tanking, his thought process, he would never agree to it, never was discussed in the hiring process.
Right.
Totally disrespectful to the game. Mm-hmm. And then when I asked him about, well, what happened to all the tank things what about all the tank things that you guys did? Trading Laramie, trading Minka, trading Kenny Stills, trading Kiko Alonso, because subsequently you traded 4 of your top 10 players.
Yes.
Then you claimed guys on Tuesday, started them in games on Sunday. Like that's not a non-tank approach. And he was like, oh, I looked at them as challenges. And I was like, okay, all right, cool, whatever. This is your reality. And
I looked at them as challenges. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he won games, so everybody celebrated his 5 wins except for me. And and we're like, oh, you should be coach of the year candidate. You too, guilty. You own it. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. You're supposed to be losing games.
Brian Flores, we're going to trade away all your players. You're not going to have anybody should you decide to accept this challenge. It's up to you, sir. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds, and that's it. It was kind of a mission impossible for him. That's what it was at that moment. That was the challenge.
And according to him, he never signed up for that. And putting him in that situation is part of the lawsuit. Whereas
did you guys ask him specifically, like, because he's not going to tell you, but you say, do you have tangible proof that Stephen Ross offered you money to lose?
We did not ask that question. So just so you know that we did not ask that question. That specific question we did not ask. But I think it's been covered.
Well, he says he does. Suppose little birdies are talking, saying there's no tangible proof, actually. But we'll see if that's the.
I don't.
What's the most amazing part about all of this that I talked about?
What's that?
No coaches have joined his lawsuit. None.
No. This is not the part, and he addressed that. This is not the part of the process where coaches are supposed to join the lawsuit. So, first it has to be acknowledged.
I've been told they approached coaches.
Who approached coach? No. They've discussed and mentioned. They've discussed and talked to a number of coaches in the coach.
They reached out to coaches.
It's not the part of the process where people join. First, it has to be first, and which is what
isn't that a spin job, Omar?
No, it's not. I know from a legal standpoint, it's not part of the process. First, they're fighting to keep it out of arbitration and to have this be addressed in the court of public opinion. And there's a number of things that stand in their way of this, which is why it's a legal it's a battle of PR and images and spin right now.
Well, I think if I'm correct, it's the collective bargaining agreement that stands in front of him, correct?
No, it's not the collective bargaining agreement. It's the contracts that he signed, and also,
because they're all arbitration eligible, right? That's what I mean.
Yes,
right?
But he did not sign when he got
or
fired.
Coaches
this is one
union,
thing that
not players union, right? That's what it is. Coaches.
What?
Coaches union, not players union.
There is no coaches union. There is no coaches union.
Oh, then what is it?
No, it's the contracts that he signed and the contracts that are standard for all coaches. Everything has to go to arbitration, but he would have to have signed his release to receive his money, and he never did that. Never would do that. Still is, and the Dolphins don't have to pay him, which even though all the contract was guaranteed. So this is going to be a legal fight no matter what. Like they owe him money. He wouldn't sign. Owing money based on a contract. He wouldn't sign a release saying that I'll get my money if I don't say negative things about the organization. He was like, screw that. Didn't sign it, and here we are. And what will come of it, I have no idea. And I don't know if we might be years before we figure out. But I think the important thing is this whole thing is about pulling back the curtain and creating change. And I do believe that he is fully committed to that. And this isn't about money to him. This isn't about, his reputation. I think he understands and said it. I knew I'd probably never coach in the NFL again. Yeah, not that he doesn't deserve to, but you can't call somebody out for the screwed up things that they're doing, sue them, embarrass them, and then expect them to employ you.
Of course not. It's over. You can't do that.
I mean, 5 years from now, maybe you can, but immediately, no, not really. I mean, this isn't like Colin Kaepernick where, people will say your skills have deteriorated. He's a coach. And I think arguably, outside of Doug Peterson, who has been hired that has a better resume and reputation, well, not reputation, but better resume than him. And that's a fair statement. That's a fair, 9 coaches have been hired. Doug Peterson's the only one who has a better resume than him. Lovie Smith arguably depends on, Lovie Smith. This is his third.
It's just it's tenure. Yeah, he's just got more tenure than him. That's it.
Yeah, and I mean, he won. Flores won when he wasn't supposed to win. And this is not opinion. This is fact. And his teams generally, except for last year, overachieved. But then he won 8 of 9 games after starting 1-7. That's a major accomplishment. Only one person's ever done it in the NFL. So, we got to put some respect on
that. Did you guys ask him about his attorneys?
No. Why would we ask him about his attorneys?
Because you're battling a racial issue and everyone's white that's defending you.
That's not true or accurate. And the lawyer that was there was black. And
so they switched it up now. Okay.
No, they don't switch it up. No,
they didn't have anybody. They didn't have anybody of color in their entire website.
Listen, this is where I don't want to get into none of that. I don't care about none of that. That's not important for me.
I mean, it's an interesting twist.
No, it's not really. He went to high school with the lawyer that
I know. He hired his friends. I get it.
And
you got to hire the best lawyers, not your friends.
No, you got to hire people you trust, people you believe in, who are gonna. And I fully believe.
If you hire the best lawyers, you can trust those lawyers.
No, not necessarily. I totally fully believe that you hire people you trust. You hire people who you have your back. And apparently this lawyer that he went with, he grew up with, went to high school with, He believes that he is going to look out for his best interests, and this is something that, you know, he said it. You know, I couldn't live with myself if I didn't do this, and I totally believe him and totally understand where he's coming from, and totally know that he's 100% being genuine in, you know, his efforts and desires, because what he's faced and what others have faced in the NFL is 1,000%.
Oh no, yeah. That the racial part of it, there's an enormous problem in the NFL.
It's prejudice.
Yeah, but he has almost no shot at proving that part. It's all about pay to lose. Really.
If you read his lawsuit, all 58 pages, it's basically stating a case for why the NFL is prejudiced and racist, and it is. I'm not.
So
how do you say that he has no shot and no case at that?
In his case, because he has to prove that it happened in his case.
So you're telling me that he didn't participate in sham interviews, or that he didn't get hired to tank?
Dude, every black coach deals in sham interviews.
Which is what the lawsuit's about. So
I understand that, Omar, but you then have to prove that the Giants were a sham. And that's not going to be proven. And you're going to have to be proven that the Broncos was a sham. And it's not going to be proven. And then it looks like a joke when you add Houston after Houston then hires Lovey. And that's terrible on his part. They didn't have to add Houston. By the way, when it comes to that lawsuit, Miami has nothing to do with that lawsuit, because they don't have that issue at all. Not even close.
I think that a court of law, I would love to see a court of law. I would love to see more than a court of law. I would love to see a congressional hearing, because if you really look at this issue, the NFL receives a ton of tax benefits and credits from our government, exemptions from our government. This is a governmental issue too, as well. And congressional hearings would force them to, on the record, address these issues.
Yeah. But in the end, they're not going to be able to prove anything. That's the thing. It's a matter of proving beyond a shadow of a doubt in his case that it happened. And that's going to be the issue. In his case,
neither one of us have law degrees. This is way beyond our scope of expertise.
But I've already talked to lawyers.
And so have I. And lawyers are giving you their opinion.
And they laughed at it.
Lawyers are giving you their opinions, not necessarily the fact. They laughed at it because this has to go to arbitration. Doesn't mean
no. They laughed at it because they told me it's going to be almost impossible for him to prove anything on the race side. Okay, look, example, the Giants. We all knew that Dable was going to get hired once they hired Schoen or Sohn or Scone or whatever the guy's name is.
Adam Shane. Yes.
Shane, whatever. You know, once we knew that they hired Shane and he was leaving Mad Dog Radio to go there, then we knew that Brian Dable was going to get
leaving Mad Dog Radio.
It's Adam Shine. Forget it. That went over your head. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry. It's a pop culture thing. It's a radio thing. Don't worry about it. It's all good. No, seriously. So we kind of knew that was going on.
Yeah.
And the Bronco thing, like, you're going to call them drunks and you don't really know if they were really drunk. You're not going to be able to prove that either, that they had already made a decision and they didn't hire you. And in Miami, that's not the case. And in Houston, they went and hired a minority. Because, of course, they're not going to hire you, dude. Who the hell nobody's going to hire you anymore once you got the lawsuit going on at that point. I mean, all of this is going to be hard. And that's what the lawyers told me. I'm going off of what a professional told me.
Okay.
And they told me it's all about pay for lose. That's where he can.
Their expertise is limited to their scope of what law, and
they're criminal defense lawyers.
Okay, this ain't a criminal case, so yes,
but they know they handle civil too, my brother.
This is not a civil case. This is a case about
They know law. I didn't talk to a divorce lawyer. Okay.
I
Right.
listen. All I'm saying is, and I've heard the exact same things that you've heard. A court of law can do what they want to do, and it depends on the judge.
I know what you're saying, that anything can happen in a court of law. I understand that.
And if they feel that this is, I think Flores' main agenda is that this doesn't happen behind closed doors. Let's investigate this. Let's look into this with a microscope, exposing all what transpired. And I'm in support of that. And the reason I'm in support of that, because the NFL, and he said something very interesting. The NFL has an issue. He said something very interesting, which I had never thought about. If the league, which the owner, which the general manager, or not the general manager, the commissioner came out and said, we have an issue. Last week at the Super Bowl, commissioner said, we have an issue. There's nothing we've talked about for the last 5-6 years more than this issue, and how to address this issue and to fix this issue. And we altered the Rooney Rule with the intention that it fixes this issue, and it makes the issue worse. If you acknowledge that there is a problem, and all 32 owners, you say, okay, there's a problem, but all the 32 owners are saying, well, it's not me. I'm not prejudiced. I'm not racist. It's not me. I'm not the problem. And all 32 of them say that. How is the problem going to be fixed?
Oh no, it's impossible practically to fix it, because you can't force people to hire what you want. They're going to hire whoever the hell they want. And 32 billionaires are going to do whatever they want, and they're not going to be controlled by the government, by the media, by anybody else. So in the end, that's why I'm telling you, this is a big ass ridiculous lawsuit, and the only way that they will gain leverage on the race side is if they have proof on the pay to lose side. Because on the race side, they're not going to be able to prove anything. That's the thing. No one's going to come forward on any team, Omar, and say, yeah, no, we don't hire Hispanics and blacks and Asians. It's just not our thing. They're not going to say anything like that. They're not going to admit that. They're not going to admit to any sham interviews. They're going to say they take everyone serious.
But are they happening?
No, Omar, I'm not denying that there's an issue.
Okay. So if there's an issue and you acknowledge that there's an issue, then how do we fix the issue? And I think that's what, he's made recommendations, and it's included in the lawsuit, that there should be an oversight committee. And he talked about it a little bit. And
so you're going to put people, and they're going to tell 32 billionaires 32 old white billionaires what to do.
31,
30,
29, because there are 2 women owners.
Oh yeah, Ford.
And Green Bay.
Mrs. Ford and
one Green Bay is not owned by an individual. 2, there are 2 women owners.
28 of the teams.
Yes.
You think you're going to get an oversight committee placed over 28 billionaires?
If you can't trust, yes. I don't know. I don't think it's
Omar.
A bad
They own
idea.
the business. Omar, they own the business.
I understand that. They own the business, but you're an entity that works collectively. And if you acknowledge that there's a problem, what he was saying, and I didn't initially think it was a good idea. I don't know how I feel about it now, but there should be an oversight committee that participates in the process, doesn't have a say, but sits down in the process and holds the process accountable. And I don't see an issue with that, because right now they have an oversight committee with Donna Ponte leading it for coaches, the firing of coaches and minority hiring and all this kind of foolishness. So, I mean, the question is, how do you get to a solution? And the sooner you get to a solution, his theory is getting to a solution is there needs to be a minority owner. There needs to be a minority owner. And my point to him was, and I do believe this, you're not going to get somebody who has tripled their money in the 10 years that they've owned the Dolphins to say, okay, let me sell a good stake of my team to a minority just because it would be the right thing to do. Or the Denver Broncos, let's sell the Denver Broncos to a minority just because it would be the right thing to do. And
as long as it's not Kanye, but go ahead.
No, I think there is
did you see the AB story? Antonio Brown came out and said Kanye wants to buy the Broncos. That's why I said that. It's just
Kanye's a moron, and I love Kanye.
I know, but it just would be really funny.
Like, listen, there's I forget what his name is. He does a show. He owns the Weather Channel. I forget what his name is. He's a African American gentleman. He does a television show for sports. If you said the name, people in Texas would know the name. And Goodell has even been asked about that, and they're working with him towards helping him buy a team. And he wants to buy the Denver Broncos. And I mean, somebody has to hold the door open for them. And he has the money, he has the resources. I can't remember the name of he owns the Weather Channel. Just whoever knows who owns the Weather Channel. That's who.
Byron Allen?
Byron Allen. There you go.
Oh, okay. Byron Allen. Byron Allen has money to buy a team?
Yes, he does. Byron Allen is ridiculously wealthy.
Damn. I always watch his show late at night, that one with all the celebrity interviews.
Exactly. Yes.
I love that show. I've always loved that show. Byron Allen is cool. I didn't know he was that rich.
Yeah.
He has some cash. I didn't know he was that rich. He owns the Weather Channel?
Yeah. People.
Damn. That's awesome.
People don't know how wealthy he is. Byron Allen and his cable net worth is $450 million. That's not super rich, though. Hold on.
Well, it's super rich to me, bro.
Yeah. No, yeah.
When you ain't got $500,000, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I got $500,000 if I throw in my house, you know.
You need to get your money up if you got $450 million. That's not the first black owner. Mogul could be the first black owner. And he's trying. That ain't enough money.
That's poor man's money. That's not even. You're not even going to be considered for an NFL team for that. You'll struggle to buy an MLS team if you're.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but it's like I think it's like $300-400 million now for an MLS team. So he can barely afford an.
I don't know. It's funny. Why did you just lose? Why did I just lose you? Do you hear me? I just lost you. I lost you. Hold on.
People. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Well, $450 million is impressive for me, but not for those people. Okay, all right. We lost him. By the way, Mike Who says B-Flow sounded like he was talking in a press conference when he gave the answer about two. I'll be honest, the lawsuit doesn't do him any favors for trying to have a real convo without PR fluff. I agree. And Tay says Flo ain't about to change if he wouldn't have an issue with Kenny Stills. It is what it is. But he would need a lot more money than $400 million. $400 million is impressive for you and me,
just read?
But not in that game. Read? He's going to need a lot more.
What'd you just read?
Oh, wait a minute. Did we lose him?
I'm back.
Am I connected? Are you guys hearing Omar? Because I don't hear Omar.
I can hear
Barely
you.
Hear him.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, you do hear me?
Yeah, I do hear you. Do you hear me?
How come we hear you in the background?
I don't know, bro. You want me to?
Yeah. All right. Yes. Everybody, yes. Okay. Can't hear you, Big O. That's what it is. So you guys are hearing Omar, but you're not hearing me. Or you hear both of us. Oh, we can hear both, they say. So how come I'm not hearing Omar anymore?
He just dropped again, but hold on, he's coming back in.
Okay. What the hell, dude?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What happened now?
Can you hear me now?
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Hold on. He's trying. Let's see what you got. Hold on.
Testing.
All right, because this is weird now. I don't know why. All of a sudden, don't you love live radio? All this stuff happens. Flow, running sound. Yeah, that's it. We hear you, Omar. Hear both. So, yeah, the problem is I can barely hear Omar. It sounds like in the background. That's the thing.
You ask a question. I'll answer.
All right, so Omar, what I was saying is, I'm going to try to see if we can finish this off like this. What I was saying is that the 400 million is impressive for you and me, but you're going to need to be worth 12, 15 billion to buy a $3 billion team is my point.
Absolutely. I don't know. Is now eyeing an $8 billion deal to acquire. I'm looking up his different ventures and things of that nature. I don't know. I'm sure he's not the only rich, wealthy black millionaire out there.
Dude, Jay-Z has way more.
You're gone now. I can't hear you. Let's do this via phone, man. I can't hear you now. I have no idea what happened.
You don't. Wait a minute.
Okay, you're back.
Okay,
you're back.
All right, there we go. Yeah. We had a virus. It was called Flow, getting in the middle of all of this. So, what's it called? I think Dre made like $500 million just from the headset.
Yeah, and I'm sure his divorce. I mean, what are we doing? We getting all black. We getting all the black rappers together to buy an NFL team.
We gotta find some. You asked for some.
So only rappers have money. Only rappers have $1 billion. Is this what we're saying? I think they're wealthy. Like Oprah.
Sure,
Oprah got it. Oprah got it.
That's a really good one. I don't know if she's interested in owning a football team. Because Oprah's not going to keep her mouth shut.
How would you not be interested in owning a football team?
In fact,
Oprah's worth $2.6 billion.
Yeah, no, Oprah can do it, but Oprah won't do it because.
God damn it! I lost you again. Oprah won't do it because what? Lost you again, bro. Let's do this. Let's do this via phone since we're struggling here.
This is the Big O Show.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
It's the Big O Show. Judge, you tuned in to the hottest sports radio.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
Orlando, a.k.a. the Big O. He covers all the South Florida teams.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Dolphins to the heat, well, you know what I mean. Monday to Friday, lollipop blow in the...
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Show on the radio, the top's where we gonna go, Andy, that's the way we roll.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
On the morning show, Big O, no one has a similar show. Talk sports, talk plays, talk...
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Live and direct, because nobody do it better than Big O in the set. From sunrise, listen live.
When you're ready to purchase a new home or refinance the one you have, American Dream Lending will make sure your loan experience is easy with fast approvals and quick closings. With many loan programs and competitive rates, now is the time to turn your dreams into reality. Ask about special financing for veterans. They never charge an application fee and you will work directly with one of their experienced loan professionals. Stop dreaming and contact American Dream Lending today, 786-802-1727 or online at adreamlending.com.
All right, let's see. All right, give me the thumbs up there on the chat board if you got me going here, if you're hearing everything or nothing whatsoever. Tell me. We hear ya. Yes, Big O. You need 8 more likes. Okay, let's go. Bring the likes. Subscribe. Get us to 11,000. Let's go. Okay, where are we? We're getting close to 11,000. We're at 10,000. I don't know. I don't know exact number because all I see is 10,9 on it. So hopefully we can get to 11,000. Let's see. Yeah, it's still 10,9. So if you haven't subscribed yet, let's go get us to 11,000 there. Big O uncanceled. Is Omar coming back? No, that's it. We're gonna push Omar back to next week. I mean, dude, the guy was on for 40 minutes with us, and 10 of it was all technical snafus. So, Omar is always a great sport on this show. He's fantastic. I love him. Always willing to, speak his piece. We got a lot in that interview. by the way. So there's some stuff to watch so you can kind of laugh at the rest of that interview. Don't call it a comeback. Let's see. Was Surtain really hired? You know what? I forgot I was going to look in the Twitter feed here, see if somebody on the Dolphins beat is reporting, because I have no idea about Surtain. That's interesting. David Ferronis says, reunited, Dolphins hiring Patrick Surtain after adding Sam Madison to the staff. So there you go. There you go. All right. So they replaced Gerald Alexander and Charles Burke with Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain. Okay. By the way, what color is he? Okay, no, I'm just checking. I'm just wondering, maybe the Dolphins have a minority hiring issue. Yeah, they hire a lot of minorities. I'm just saying. I just kind of laugh at that. I know the league has a problem. I'm just saying the Dolphins don't have a problem. Leave the damn Dolphins out of the race issue. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It bothers me a little bit. It does. When you name a black general manager who then goes out and gets 2 black personnel directors, who then hires a black coach, who then drafts a minority also, and then they fire the coach, and then they go hire another minority coach, and then they've added a whole bunch of other minority coaches. Doesn't sound to me like the Dolphins have a problem. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to defend the Dolphins in this case. Maybe some of the other 31 teams have a problem. There's no doubt the league has a major problem. The Dolphins should be the example set for the NFL. Okay? And that's how I would hope that the lawyers for the NFL say, well, what are you talking about? The Dolphins are one of the teams that we admire because they are doing some of the things that we're talking about, the direction that we're going in. We want to see more minorities. Boom. Dolphins don't have an issue. NFL has an issue. Flo suing you for not hiring him for sound. Well, that's why I got the head coach to cut him. And, now Flo got fired now twice in the last few weeks. Got fired by the Dolphins, and now Andy Reid fired his ass and took over the sound. How about that? So even Flo can hang either way.
Oh, there's some on here on the chat, John R., and I saw it somewhere else. Ian from Brooklyn. Iggy may have a chance with Surtain and Madison coming in as coaches.
Well, I mean, he's not going to have a chance if you don't trade X. So you gotta move Jones or X. That's the only way.
Well, it's got to be
the
X,
kid's got to play. You know what I mean? So that's really his problem. He's a receiver that went to Auburn, and then they switched him a corner. The guy needs to play, man. Maybe he can't play, but I'm not making a decision on that cat after he's only played a couple of games. I'm not doing that, dude. I have no idea. I've watched the guy that's coaching him now, Pat Surtain. He was lost his first year. And he played more than Iggy did in his first year. But he was a backup. And that's what he had to be for the moment until the light went on. And then when the light went on, he became a star. Some guys get it quick and some guys don't. I'm not ready to give I don't give up on people right away unless I really, usually if I do that, it's because I already had some information ahead of time that they couldn't play. Okay? Whatever it is. But this kid, you got to give him some time. And he's had 0 time to actually play the game. Let's see what else. Iggy always in position for sure. Or Iggy's always in position for sure. Well, we'll see if he's in position, and we'll see if he can get the ball skills that you need in order to make some plays. Ron says, now hire Jason Taylor to coach the defensive end, and let's go. Big O, we change Flo name into Coach Karen. Tank McBride, I like that. Coach Karen. Oh, man. Zagala says, if the money is right, Carlos, you never know. I guess that's another conversation. Ha ha. Oh, fired Flo too. That's right. No, not me. Andy Reid fired Flo. Not me. Talk to Andy over there. Okay. You probably didn't see it because he was hiding his lips behind his, play card or menu card. In his case, our Andy Reid holds up a menu card, really. It's not a play card.
Yeah, it took me down right now. I just want to make sure that everything's working properly. So I just want to get through this now.
Okay.
With the browser and stuff. So
okay. All right. Well, so far it's working. That's all we can say. Finsign River Crawcraft played the last 2 years in San Francisco, so he knows Mike McDaniel's system. He's a special teamer, returner, probably a little bit of a flyer, some along those lines. Did you guys see Xavier Howard's girlfriend? Anybody see the story on Xavier Howard's girlfriend? Now, I'm going to walk you through some stuff here on Xavier Howard's girlfriend. She is one that I don't know if I'm not sure if she's the brightest bulb in the chandelier, but she is girlfriend, okay, and her name is Keely. So the girlfriend was going back and forth on Instagram with some people, and some girl named Rose Gold 7.0 says Keely says she gone through some fights, cheating, and side baby to get that ring, right? And she claps back at her, and at I Am Keely says, I'm rich. Quick lesson. Stay in your lane and go get some money. You sound miserable, broke, and most likely renting the place you lay your head. It's disgusting. Rule of the day, go get some money. Girlfriend. And then she follows up to Rose Gold. LOL, yeah, I'm up 66 million on whatever. Check my page, gone post, my account. Later, babes. So this is, the girl that she's all right with ex having side chicks. She's all right. She's got her money. She's got 66 million. She's rich. And she's the girlfriend. Has she done the math? Like, girlfriends don't get paid unless she's pregnant and then she's got a baby, and then, well, she'll get paid that way. Not 66 million. Well, she's going to get some. Just saying. These are the things that just you just wonder. That's the kind of person that he's hanging around with. I don't know. That's just to me it's a walking time bomb. X is a walking time bomb in many ways. His outside football life, his knees in real life, I got to tell you. And this one, you see her, she's a fiery little one going off on social media. And, apparently there were some altercations a couple of years ago. So you see these kind of things and you just like, this is why I keep telling you he needs to be moved. As good as he is, there are too many things that could end up setting you back. And off time and off seasons, ooh, doggy. Be very, very careful.
Can I ask you a question? I didn't want to interrupt with the girlfriend conversation, but somebody said something in chat which triggered my mind to ask this to you. Is this, I know ultimately Mike McDaniel is making the hire.
Right.
But is this Chris Greer and the Dolphins with the Madison, with Surtain? Like, that can't be relationships with Mike McDaniel, is it?
No,
Again, that's why I wanted to ask you.
Remember what I told you about Changeli? Who gave him Changeli?
Yeah.
Chris Greer.
Yes.
Who gave him Ryan Fitzpatrick? Chris Greer. Flo didn't know those guys. Okay, and who knows? He might have had a relationship with Jim Caldwell, because I don't think Flo had the relationship with Jim Caldwell.
Yeah,
because he left. If there was a relationship, you know what I mean? So remember what I talked about. Mike McDaniel, the next coach, has to be able to work with the front office and not have the say in personnel like Flo and Gase had. Well, Mike McDaniel does not have the say in personnel that Flo and Gase had, because nobody else was interviewing McDaniel, so he was not using this as leverage against them in any way, shape, or form. So the guy's coming in, he knows offense, he knows his coaches, and he's putting together the offensive side. Here's the staff, the front office staff, helping him complete his defensive staff on the other side. That is synergy. That is people trying to work together for the common good, instead of having a coach that doesn't have the resources, that can't build the staff, and yet doesn't want the help or scares away the people that you bring in. So that's why, before this hire happened, I talked about how this hire has to be different than what you've done in the recent past, because giving Gase and Flo power of personnel was the worst thing you can do, because they had not earned it. First, you have to be a very successful head coach before the front office and the ownership group should say, okay, you now proven you can coach the players, now go pick some groceries. But before you haven't proven that you can coach an entire team, prepare your staffs, know how to replace coaches when you lose them, how am I supposed to also give you that responsibility also? No. So to answer your question, Mike McDaniel is a guy that is coming in with an open mind and working with the front office and trying to build and better this team. That's what you're watching. So now, as I've mentioned before, Mike McDaniel will describe what kind of player he likes and needs for that position, for this position, for that position, for this coach. And hey, guys, can you help me? Boom. The collective goes after it. Greer, Allen, McKenzie. They try to go figure the rest out because they've done all of this stuff before. So that's what's changed here with the Miami Dolphins. Will it work? I have no idea. None of us know. None of us ever know. Because we thought Jimmy would work, and we thought Parcells would work, and we thought Saban would work, and none of them worked. So I have no idea. But there is a method to the madness. I will say that. We're ready? All right. All right, let's get ready. Cameron Wolf is ready to go. Let's hope we have no technical snafus with our Fort Lauderdale Police Department, Miami Dolphins, and NFL report.
We unleash the Wolf Pack as we get the latest in the NFL and Miami Dolphins with our Fort Lauderdale Police Department Pro Football Report with insider Cameron Wolf. The Fort Lauderdale Police Department is an equal opportunity employer. The department is now hiring uncertified and certified police officers. Go to flpdjobs.com. Here's NFL insider Cameron Wolf.
All right, Cam the man. How you feeling, baby?
Big O, how you feeling, man? I'm all right.
Yeah. What's new in your world? Where are you at right now? Tell us where you're at, because you're always traveling.
Yeah, where is Cam at this week? At the HBCU Legacy Bowl. That's where we're at in New Orleans. So they're having practices this week, career fair this week, and then Saturday is the game. It's the first game they've had here for the HBCU Legacy Bowl. Essentially, it brings the best HBCU prospects together. They play a game in front of draft scouts and prospects and people like that, and they try to up their draft stock. So a little bit of a draft event out here to see if they can get more of these kids drafted. So I'll be the sideline.
You got any names for me?
So Aquil Glass is the quarterback from Alabama A&M. He's a guy who's probably going to get drafted. He's a big kid, 6'4", like 230. He's got a really strong arm. He's a kid you're probably going to get day 3 of the draft. So if you want a developmental quarterback, he's probably the biggest name out here that you can find. There's a linebacker from Jackson State named Keontae Hampton that I interviewed yesterday. He's a really good player that you probably can find in the late rounds too. All these guys are probably going to be more developmental players, special teams guys. There's not like the true star who's going to go day 1 or day 2 of the draft, but I think there's players who can make NFL teams here.
How many of those guys have combine invites? Out of curiosity,
I think four of them have combine invites. So not a lot. That's why they're doing this event, because 4 guys get a chance to put on the spotlight in front of everybody. The rest of the kids, they got to hope some scouts come out to their school. So this brings it all in one spectrum. Really, it makes it easy. It makes it easy for the scouts. You say, hey, send your scouts here for a weekend or a week, and you see all the HBCU prospects. Instead of
are they doing it in Tulane, or are they doing it in the Superdome?
So the game is played in Tulane. They actually practiced in the Saints practice facility yesterday.
Oh, cool.
But they're playing the game in Tulane Stadium.
Yeah, I figured it was. Yeah, Superdome would be a lot of money to rent.
True. True. And then the NFL gets in their feelings a little bit about having a team have a game there. That's because they think it gives a little bit of a unfair advantage for teams as far as draft prospects, because they have everything in their building. So, and particularly for free agents, they don't want them to feel like, oh, the Saints rolled out the red carpet for us, so then we sign with them after the draft.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. All right. Your thoughts, man? Sam Madison and now Pat Surtain joining the coaching staff for the Miami Dolphins.
Legends coming back home. That's dope. I'm a big fan, and I've told you on the show of Joe Alexander and what he did, and Charles Burks and what they did, and the staff, and both of them are gone. So players really love those guys. So you got to bring in respected people, and I don't think there's going to be anybody upset seeing Sam Madison and Patrick Surtain in the building. Those are dudes who obviously, I would think, you can argue with me if you want, Big O, but maybe the 2 best cornerbacks to ever play for the Dolphins. And if you want to include Xavier Howard in there, maybe the 3 best cornerbacks ever to play for the Miami Dolphins, all in the same building at the same time.
Yeah, Jake Scott would be right up there with those guys. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it's legendary, and particularly with Sam Madison's case, he's been coaching Kansas City for 3 years, so he has a lot of experience. Surtain's been doing it on the high school ranks, so that's a lot of respect in the building. And I know for players, like I talk to a lot of players, they respect guys who've done it. And these guys have done it on the highest level. So if these guys are standing in front of a room and telling you this is what you need to do, you're going to do it, because, hey, these dudes are legends. So I think this is a great staff move for Mike McDaniel. I keep thinking back to the video where he was walking into the facility. The Dolphins filmed that with their social team.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like pointing the stars out on the wall. He's like, oh, there's Sam Madison. There's Ricky Williams. And so you could tell a guy who he's not from here. He's not, one of the Dolphins fans growing up, but he realizes the culture. And we talk about Dolphins. Yeah, he's a football fan. And we talk about Dolphins fans, unfortunately, you always have to pull from the past, because that's the good old days. So you pull from the Patrick Surtains, you pull from the Sam Madisons, you pull from the Ricky Williams, pull from Dan Marinos. So they're going to soak this all up. The only thing left is to get Zach Thomas in the building, and you got the whole band
no
together.
Shot, by the way. No shot.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to do this coaching deal.
No shot. He's definitely not the dude to coach. He has the work ethic in it, but he's too smart. He's one of those guys that I think will get driven crazy, like most great players, that they're trying to coach people and they think they all can do what they used to do.
Yep.
And then that's why most great players suck as coaches, because they don't have the patience and they don't realize, dude, they're not you, bro. Most of the guys you're coaching aren't going to be you. So you got to understand that. And it's a really odd thing for great coaches, for great players in any sport to coach.
Yes. And I think we talked about this before when we talked about Doug Peterson, when we were doing the coaching search. A lot of times you see these former quarterbacks as always backup quarterbacks who end up being head coaches. Like you never see like a Peyton Manning or Drew Brees or somebody being a head coach, because like you mentioned, how can you tell a dude who's not as good as you to do exactly what you do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's an interesting situation. The other thing I talked about right before you came on, and I said, look, one of the things that this front office screwed up on was, and the Tannenbaum front office screwed up also, was they gave Gase and Flo power of personnel. And the next time you hire a coach, he can't have that. He can make a suggestion, he can tell you who he likes, but he can't be demanding things like Gase and Flo did. And then on top of that, you need somebody that's going to work with the front office. I think those are both the cases now. I think Mike McDaniel's working with the front office because the Surtain and Madison stuff kind of show you he doesn't know those guys. That's a Chris
Yep.
Greer thing that he knows those guys
Yep.
and he put them together. And I don't believe that McDaniel has the personnel power that Gase and Flo had, which I
Absolutely.
think is actually better for Marvin Allen and Reggie McKenzie and Chris Greer, because I think those guys are more than qualified to pick players. And you just tell them, hey, I need a pass rusher, this, that, whatever, and let them go out and get it. Don't go demanding what specific player you want.
Right. There should be a separation of church and state, to use that word. So I think that's what they're heading towards. And this really helps. It'll help us as media, and it'll help fans be able to delineate responsibilities, which I think is good. You hold people accountable. If there's a guy that's drafted, a free agent that does great, okay, that's the front office.
Right.
That's drafting these players. You know exactly who's doing what. It's
Guys
bad.
performing on the field, they're coach.
Exactly. So I love it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. So I think that's definitely in a good direction. All right, so I got to ask you, Omar was doing the I Am Athlete podcast, and so Flo was on. You weren't going to escape without this question. Look, we had Omar on, and we told him you were about to bust out laughing, weren't you, when he was talking about it?
Yes.
So, right, it looked like it, right?
Okay. So first of all, what did O say about the podcast?
He thinks, which, by the way, I thought Joe Shad nailed it also, and I think you might say the same thing. I think he lacks awareness of what relationships are and what his connection is with human beings. And while there may be some truth in his eyes to what he thinks relationships are, and then it's viewed differently with other people. And that's what Omar was saying. And you know what? I'm going to have to say that you guys are right on that. That's probably what it is. That's his reality to coach-player relationship type. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the player is going, no, dude, that's not a relationship. That's not how things are done. So I think there is a lack of reality sometimes for Flo, and a lack of awareness for Flo in this situation, because there's no doubt in my mind he had terrible relationships with many people in that building, not just Tua.
Yeah, I think my big thing with Flo, and obviously I reported on this situation a lot, but I think for him, he has grown up in an area in Brooklyn where he thrives off confrontation. And I think most people don't thrive or want to live in confrontation. So for him, he may honestly feel like he had a perfect relationship with Tua or had an ideal relationship with Chris Greer, when those people do not feel that way. So I think that's probably the biggest disconnect, is that he probably doesn't think he has a bad relationship with anyone,
right?
Because that's just how he rolls. So I'm curious, and I don't know if he'll ever talk about it. I would be curious to see Tua's honest, unfiltered opinion about.
You'll never get that.
I don't think you'll ever get it. And I'm going to ask him, next time we see him. But
we're all going to ask him, and you'll never get it. You'll never.
Yeah, I think that's the big disconnect when you see Flo speaking about these issues, because everything he'll talk about it as far as Tua, he'll talk about it as far as Greer. He'll say all the relationships were fine. And, I can tell you from, talking to people in the building, everybody doesn't think that way. There are people who know the relationships were not fine. They've got a little, I don't know if strained is the right word. He disputed the word strained, but I think that there was definitely something there that caused him to get fired as far as the relationship. So,
have you heard anything on the case side? New?
No, nothing new. I do know that it's been reported publicly, but the Dolphins have lawyered up Ross and Beal, and the Dolphins have got a really, a lawyer, one of Obama's former attorney generals as the lawyer, and so he, they're prepped for that. When you do that, to me, that tells me they think this is something they have to legitimately fight. This is something that they're gonna spend big money to make sure they get their name cleared. Obviously, Flores has his lawyers. I think there is a date set for next month, the first litigation deposition situation. So I think it'll be a lot of procedural stuff, from what I understand, and then you'll go through it. So this may be something that takes probably into next year, honestly, for this to all be settled. If there's no settlement, that's the first thing that comes up. People settle when they want to go make this thing go away. So I'm still not convinced there won't be some sort of settlement, but if it's not, then it'll probably push into next year before this thing is settled.
Question for you, because I asked Omar, but he didn't think it was the time, which they were openly recruiting.
Yep.
I have not heard one coach at all join this lawsuit, and I am positive that these two promotion-seeking lawyers would love to throw out the names out there that have joined the lawsuit. Have you heard any names join this lawsuit? Because I haven't heard one.
So I do know there have been people who've joined the lawsuit. I don't know for specific as far as head coaches, and I can't really.
That's what I mean, head coaches.
I can't really name some of the assistant coaches that have joined at this point, but there have been people who have joined, whether it be assistant coaches or former head coaches. So I think they're like O said, they're still recruiting. I think this is something where if you put your name on it, it's going to become public at some point, and you have to deal with sort of the blowback of all of this, because let's be real, the NFL does not take kindly to being sued, to being pressed on these sort of things. So you're essentially risking being blackballed if you put your name on this lawsuit. So I don't think you're going to see a lot of current head coaches doing that, because Flores obviously made a big stamp and did it, and he's risking his career to do it. But a lot of people got families to feed, and that's a very tough thing to do.
I'm with you there. All right, Cam, enjoy yourself out there in New Orleans. The food, of course.
Oh yeah, I'm eating good.
Yeah,
I'm eating good. I actually saw. I'll leave you with this. I actually saw a brass band last night. And it was exactly why I wanted to come to New Orleans, or why I'm excited to go to New Orleans, because you're in the music venues, you hear the culture, the vibes, everything, and it makes you feel like you're one of the people here. So yeah.
My last Friday in the Senior Bowl, I always end in New Orleans, and we'll do that next year with Sean here. And we always go to New Orleans, and I always love just with a grenade in one hand, a cigar in the other, and I'm walking and I'm stopping at bars and checking out one band for a while and then another, and I just love the free flowing movement that you can have in New Orleans, going from one bar to another, man. I think it's just great. And of course, it's always awesome laughing at the people who are just absolutely wasted,
toasted on the street.
And the crazy part is,
they actually started Mardi Gras, like it starts a couple weeks early. I didn't learn until I was out here. So we're actually this weekend, Friday. Today's Friday. There's going to be some Mardi Gras action, so I'll probably find my way on Bourbon Street at some point tonight.
There you go. Cam's going to be loaded with beats. Loaded with beats. All right, Cam.
The game's not till 3:00 Central Time, so I got time to recover in the morning, right?
There you go. Damn right. Follow him on Twitter, like I and many others do, at Cameron Wolf, and catch his exceptional work there at the NFL Network. And of course, you can catch him here twice a week doing his thing with the Fort Lauderdale Police Department, Miami Dolphins, and NFL Report. Cam, thank you, my brother. Have fun out there.
Appreciate you, Big O. Have fun up there in New York, man.
You got it, baby. Thank you.
All right.
There you go. Cameron Wolf.
This has been the Fort Lauderdale Police Department Pro Football Report with insider Cameron Wolf. The Fort Lauderdale Police Department is an equal opportunity employer. The department is now hiring uncertified and certified police officers. Go to flpdjobs.com.
All right, let's before I get into sports again, let me get a little OK Coin crypto corner here, because I want to talk a little bit really quick here for those of you, because right now, we've got the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. We don't know what's going on. There could be some talk. There's been some talk of possibly a dip going on again. And it's hung in there at 42, 41. It's over 40 right now, but it's kind of stuck there overall. Now, the whole thing is, where Bitcoin is going to go, we have no idea. And that's why I told you, be careful on what you're doing and how you're investing right now, because you could get it at a better price. But here's the thing. And this is the interesting part about investing. Everybody's different. And when you're at a different level, let's say you're a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, and you already own 15 Bitcoins or 50 of them. So in your eyes, at 40, 42, it's not worth it because you own several Bitcoins already, but there's some talk it might dip. You might say, okay, if there's a crazy dip down to 35, 30, 20, 25, 20, I'll wait and then I'll buy more there. But you're rich. You can sit there and wait. Those of us that are hardworking stiffs, here's the problem with everything. Nobody can ever tell you in the stock market or in the crypto or whatever when the top is coming and when the bottom is coming. We have no idea. Right now, the crypto exchanges are at an all-time low with Bitcoin and Ethereum. There are whales left and right scooping up Bitcoin all over the place. So you have to ask yourself, why do they keep buying? And how come the number isn't moving at the moment? Or is it ready to go parabolic because they're running out of Bitcoin? They're running out of Ethereum. So all of a sudden you have to be, and if you're working stiff like I am, you can't wait for 35, 30, 25, 20. It may never happen. And so what happens if it shoots up now where it was at 39 a little while ago, a couple hours ago, it's at 40 or 41 or 42, which by the way is a great buying time. And we always tell you about DCAing, which is dollar cost average. And that's the best way to invest. In the end, Bitcoin is going to 100, 200,000, 500,000. It's only going to soar. So if it does dip to 30 or 35 and you bought it at 42, don't feel bad. What you keep doing is you keep buying as it goes down so you lower your overall price if you can. But don't say, I'm waiting for the dip, because it may never come and it may go the other way. I'm not telling you that if you do have a pie of $500 right now, don't spend all 500 now. But you might want to spend 100 or 200 now and then wait. Maybe it goes down. Now you spend the other 100 or 2 at a cheaper price. And then that last 100, you wait for another dip. If it starts going back up, then you buy it again, you spend that 100 and you stay in that range. But don't ever stand there and wait and think that it's guaranteed to dip, because none of us really know. Anybody that follows stocks or they follow the crypto market and they tell you that this is for sure going to happen, unless they have some kind of insider trading, nobody really knows. So that's why, and we don't know if they are going to go to war, and we don't know if the war will affect the crypto market or help it. We have no idea. Inflation. Bitcoin is considered more the hedge against inflation. Well, inflation's coming. That's going to be put to the test now. But there's a lot of things. And right now, the government came out, Biden says, oh, we're going to, put forth some stuff to put some crypto regulations, all that stuff. Okay. Also, I want to, again, do your homework. Do you know who Biden's biggest donor is? Sam Friedman. Do you know who Sam Friedman is? The owner of FTX cryptocurrency exchange. Have you ever heard of FTX? That's right. The FTX arena. So a billionaire crypto mogul is the biggest donor to Biden's campaign. You know what I mean? So don't listen to the FUD. Do your homework. Find out about these things that are going on. Have patience. Stay strong. Okay? Because this is only going to go in one direction. But what you never do if you're a working stiff is sit there and wait for some prediction that may never come. So if you can afford it, buy the dip. It's at 40 right now, 40,000 something. It's a great price. Save a little money. If it goes down again, there you go. You know what I mean? But if it starts going up, you're gonna go, wow, thank God I bought it at 39 and 40 and 41 because it's sitting there at 56 and 60 and 70. And we don't know when that run's coming. But I do know this. There's a ton of rich people buying it up. You ask yourself why. Okay? Ukraine, by the way, is now on the brink of making Bitcoin currency there also. It's country after country because there's lots of countries that don't have strong currencies. You'll see. I'm just saying. That's your OK Coin Crypto Corner. By the way, we have a link below. You use that link, we will share $20 of Bitcoin for free. So why not? Watch that Bitcoin grow right away. Big O, what happened between Flo and his offensive coordinators were all three moves from him? He sucked and he couldn't hire people, and he just was a terrible coach at putting together staffs. Let's see. Yeah, all you know he's doing that, but you don't know, you don't have the info of everything because it's clearly it was bigger than just Flores was tripping. He was only running rush shot because what they were doing was okay in their side. Okay. You know, you can believe whatever you want to believe, my brother. Nick says, I find it hard to believe that we go to war. When was the last time America battled against other Caucasians? I don't think we're putting any men on the ground, by the way, in that war. If Ukraine and Russia, I think I read correctly, we will not have any men on the ground. Now, we may assist in aerial strikes. We may assist in things like that, but I believe we are not putting any Americans at risk per se on the ground in combat battle. I'm pretty sure of that. Just so you'll know. Again, you can go ahead and read it up for yourself and find out. No invasion yet. Lots of fake news. Angel, I don't think it was fake news. I disagree with you on that one. I think this was a ploy by the Americans. Definitely not come up. Biden did not come up with this plan. But I think the military came up with that plan. Like they knew that he was on the brink of it, and then they exposed it and put it out there so heavily that it pinned him into a corner against the world and NATO and all that. And then Ukraine saying, hey, we don't want any part of Russia. We're on our own. And so now all of a sudden that if he attacks now, it will be even worse because it's not like you're provoked or anything like that. You're doing all the provoking. So I disagree with you, Angel. I think they played a little psychological game with Russia there. And certainly, again, it ain't Biden because he ain't smart enough to do that. But somebody in the military, I think did a number on Putin in that scenario. I really do. I don't believe they're going to attack anymore because of that. Now, if everybody would have gone by surprise, like not say anything or whatever, then yeah, I think he would have attacked. But no, yeah, I think they did a little number on it. George Benitez says, we just sent 3,000. What are you talking about, troops? Yeah, but I don't think they're on the front line or anything like that. I think it's just more of a support type of thing. And I think it might be airplanes and stuff like that. But I don't think on the ground, I think that's if it happens. Big O, how do you get the cold storage for your crypto? Get a Nano X, dude. Buy it directly from the company. Okay? Never buy a cold storage wallet from third parties like Amazon or anywhere else because you just never know If they went into that packaging and got the keys and all that stuff, you don't need those hassles. So buy it directly from the company. Wherever you buy your cold storage wallet, whoever you buy it from, buy it directly from the company. Okay? Can't repeat that anymore. But if you're going to get a cold storage wallet for your crypto, please do that. Carlos says, we are not going to do anything direct against the Russians because of Ukraine. The issue is that Ukraine wanted to join NATO, and NATO has said no for decades because the Russians are dead set against it. Yeah, no, I know it's the whole thing. But I was just saying that I'm glad that we're not going to have, just in case that guy thought that we were going to send our troops in there, we're not going to have anybody on the ground in any kind of combat. So that's good. Don't need to lose our Americans for that. Putin wants Ukraine because Ukraine has been part of Russia. Yeah, no, I know why he wants it. And then it'll allow him to move even closer and take some other countries and all that. They wants to, yeah, dude, of course. We all know that. It's a power trip that he has. Cameron brought up an interesting point. Flores has been confrontational all his life, and that is his norm for him. Yeah, no, I think Joe Shad nailed it from the beginning when he said, that's his reality. Now, he's completely out of touch. He has zero awareness of his reality. You know what I'm saying? Minority coaches won't join. They have already seen what happens if they do. Racist owners will ban them. You are correct, sir. You are 1,000% right. No coaches are going to join him. No, you'll see there'll be no head coaches, not even former head coaches that'll probably join him. I'd be even surprised of that. Big O, why don't we consider Mexican drug cartels terrorist organizations? They fit the description in every way. You can, but once they're affecting us directly, then you can go after them. But you're not going to go. You're not going to worry about Mexico. You're not going to go in there and do Mexico's job. The U.S. doesn't do that. So they're not going to do that. That's up to Mexico to eliminate the cartels. Unless they ask us for the help and say, hey, come in here and help us clean it out and wipe these people out, then maybe the U.S. will do that. Remember, Haiti had their president shot, and the U.S. offered help, and Haiti said, no, we're going to handle it on our own. And their country and their government's a mess. But the U.S. government's not just going to go into Mexico, not going to go into Haiti, and not going to go into Cuba. Which is the other silly thing that, some of my Cubans get the idea of, we're going to tell the Americans to, take down Castro, this, that. They'll never do that. In the missile crisis, they didn't do anything. If Americans are not being hurt at the moment, America's not going to do anything. We only invaded Grenada because we had 1,000 Americans there. They were there studying and all that, and they were in the middle of a overtaking of the government, all that crap going on, and you had to go save your Americans. That's it. But Americans aren't in Haiti, and they're not in Cuba, and they're not in Mexico. So they're not going to get in the way of all that. They really don't. You have to ask them. But they're not just going to, blitz in there and make changes to your government. They don't do that. You have to say, yes, we need help. Help us. Then the Americans stick, their noses in there and get it done. But if not, it's not going to happen. We're not going to do it. We need to have Americans in trouble. And that's the key. So Colombian cartels, it's up to Colombia. Mexican cartels, it's up to the Mexicans. They've got to get it done on their own. They're on their own. They are affecting us directly. They are holding the avocados hostage. It is so true. Dude, and that was a freakish thing. Everybody was like, we got the Super Bowl coming up. It's the biggest day of the year for avocados. And we don't have enough avocados in this country. That was funny. Let's see what else. Greater Good says Poland, Romania have already had U.S. troops deployed. You need a rear echelon to support troops on the front. Exactly. Yes, sir. You are correct. Now Putin has to find a way to stand down and not look weak. D-Hat, dude, you're on top of it. You're on top of it. Yes, sir. The thing is that probably most of his people, and not to, I guess we're getting too much into this politics stuff, but I would imagine most Russians don't want to invade, and they're, dude, what is it? Russians, North Koreans, Cubans, all these kind of folks that are stuck in these environments, these governments, they don't want to be a part of it. It's not those, none of them. It's most of them, they're all innocent. They're all just, they're born into a country that you have no freedoms. So it's just really just dirty governments. That's all. North Korean, Cuban, garbage governments. That's all. Disgusting human beings that are running those countries. That's the problem. It's not the people that live in those countries. You feel bad for them. Now, I'm not a Biden guy, but at least I give him credit for saying, hey, we got nothing against the Russian people, which is a great way to disarm the whole situation. I'm sure he didn't think of that. But anyway, I'm just glad he said it that way because it's great. And I don't know if Russian people can even see that, but if they see it, it's like, so yeah, it puts Putin in a really screwed up situation. It was a psychological game that the U.S. played. It was good. It was good. It was really good. We grow avocados in Redlands and Homestead, happy to supply Americans with fruit. Greater good. I get that, but there wasn't enough for the country. We still have to ship them in from other places, my brother. We do a lot of guac. We guac it out on Super Bowl Sunday and on Cinco de Mayo. So, we need a little help out there. Venezuela, another one. Exactly. Trying to stop people from using drugs is like trying to stop the ocean tides. Simply cannot be done. Okay. Dougie Fresh says, okay, I'm officially donating a director's cut all box set to the treasure chest for the O and Sean weight loss challenge. Oh, Alf box set. Oh, Alf. Oh, man. Yeah. That's a hell of a show. I love Alf, by the way. I'm not joking, by the way. The winner gets the box set. It's on. It's on. It is on. I love it. They all treat people like crap. Yes, they do, sir. Yes, they do. Big O, where do I find that color storage? Oh, cold storage. Well, just put Nano X company, or, whatever on, and on the search engine, my brother. It'll come out right away. If you do it, let me see. I'll do it right now for you for the hell of it. Okay. Here you go. Right on the air. Nano X Ledger. You do that and you go to right there. Look how easy it is, dude. Nice and easy. I don't even know. Can they see that? Shop.ledger.com. Nano X, baby. Right there. So it's super easy to find. Go directly to the company to buy your cold storage. Remember, save you a little effort here. If you're staking your coins, they're already in cold storage. So you stake you put the stuff in the Nano that you're not staking. Okay? So, that it's locked up already in cold storage with those companies. So it's safe and secured and insured. As long as you're on a real exchange like OKCoin, you know what I mean? If you're on, Pepe's crypto exchange, I can't help you. I don't know, but you've got to be on something that's, huh? The what? Oh, Pepe's crypto. No, they're not regulated. No, you should get out of there. Move all your crypto out of Pepe's. Telling you. Oh, did I see the Stephon Diggs Valentine story? Yeah, where he had 2 different women in 2 different rooms in the same hotel on Valentine's Day. Yep, I saw it. That's a great way to piss away all the money you're making in the NFL. That's just fantastic. Let's get 2 women pregnant. Let's have more babies on the side, and let's pay a lot of money for the next 18 years. Yeah. There are things that some of these guys do, but, I guess you live once. Enjoy it. Knock yourselves out. What else do we have? Panthers and the Wild tonight at 8:00. Panthers with 71 points, number 1 in the conference. Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh are right behind with 70. Hurricanes have got 68, which just lost to the Florida Panthers in overtime. I was thinking about this, and I want to remind you guys about the Panthers. Get on this bandwagon, and I want to tell you why you want to get on the bandwagon. We've had the 72 Dolphins. We've had the big 3 here in town. Had the 97 and 2003 Marlins. We've had some great Canes teams win some championships. There's no doubt about that. Wade, Shaq won a title. This Panther team could be one of the greatest championship teams to ever play in South Florida sports history. That's what's going on right before our eyes. So if you're a borderline hockey fan, or you are a hockey fan, or you're a hockey nut and you still have not fully committed to the Panthers, this is not the Panthers of 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 10, 15, 20 years ago. This is a great, great team. They can score like it's going out of style. They got a hell of a defense. They got solid goaltending. I'm not going to tell you they're great, but they're solid. They have everything you need to win a Stanley Cup. And their offense is just lights out. They are a pleasure to watch on offense. They are special on offense. So I just want to reiterate, I want to remind people, because the Panthers deserve a ton of your support. And just in case you're thinking same old, this is not the same old, same old. This is a really good team, man. So give yourselves an opportunity to enjoy what great hockey is all about, man. Panthers are awesome. Awesome. All right, we are out here, by the way, at Sloman's Home Security's headquarters here in Hicksville, Long Island. We've been out here the last couple of days. We're actually going to go into the city tonight, and we're going to be staying over in the city. We're going to be staying, I think we're staying somewhere in Manhattan, if I'm correct. I think.
I know you never said exactly.
I know the hotel. I just don't know. I don't know. Should I even say it? I don't know if I should say it publicly.
No, I don't want people coming to see Andy Reid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. But I think so. I mean, knowing the folks here at Sloman's, they probably put us up at.
It's been 100% first class.
No, 1,000%.
More than 100.
I mean, God, it's just been amazing. They have been so fantastic with all of us. Great company, great family, and this is a reason why you should call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
No, 100%. I was going to say, we're sitting here with our issues, and we were having our issues. 2 IT guys came running in thinking there was something ours? Here, and we're like, no, it's us. It's us.
It's us. It's definitely not you guys. You've been fantastic. So I love it. So thank you all out there, as always, for everything that you guys do and supporting us in every way possible. So tonight, we're going to be at Slattery's at 8:00, 8 p.m. Looking forward to it. It's a Miami Dolphins bar. Yes. Now you got any Dolphin stuff that you can know? Did you bring anything? Okay. I don't know. Because, Andy Reid singing a Dolphin fight song is. Oh, well, yeah, you'll be recording. That's true. That's true. Although you can put a tripod, set it to record, and then join the group. No?
Now you've got me. Listen, I got to roll a case with a laptop, camera. Now I'm strapping a tripod onto me too.
Well, isn't a tripod like? Doesn't it get small and
No,
it
it doesn't
fits
fit
inside?
in the bag.
Oh, okay. No, so no, don't take the tripod.
Actually, you know what? No, that one does. That one does fit in the bag. Yes. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe we'll see.
There you go.
But that'd be great. Andy Reid singing the Dolphin fight song. If we get that to go viral,
somebody bring a headset for Andy Reid at
God, if we could have that
Slattery's.
sneak in somehow, and everybody think it really is Andy Reid singing the Dolphin fight song in New York,
that would be great.
Oh my God.
There's that NFL store. I think it's an NFL store in Manhattan. Maybe they have like a Chiefs shirt that we can buy. So you can wear it during the thing. Big O, you're going to be a live lister? Lister? What is that? I don't know what that means. Live later.
Because you said possibly.
Yes. If enough people go over to Slattery's and we can get the Dolphin fight song and all that, and Dougley's there, we'll go live. We're bringing a laptop and everything, so we'll go live. Possibly we'll have the camera and everything ready to go. So yeah, definitely.
Playmaker 88 said the greatest thing.
What?
The face shield. Remember the face shield fiasco with Andy Reid?
Oh yeah. That would be good.
Oh, goodness.
That would be really good. Don't forget the hot dog, Brooklyn Rob. Brooklyn Rob is dead set on us having that hot dog.
I'm starting to wonder if he's just trying to take me out now.
I know.
Brooklyn Rob, you trying to take me out?
I think we'll have that.
Does he know audio and video? Like,
that's what it is. Yep. Brooklyn Rob's trying to take your job.
He's trying to slide me out.
Oh, that's what it is. Now we've busted him. That's what it is. Okay. But I can see us having one tomorrow because we're going to be walking.
No, definitely. Yeah,
right. Tomorrow's the day to have one of those hot dogs.
Listen, we're talking about the dieting and everything. That starts Monday.
Yeah, no, Monday.
Somebody was like, the 5 sandwiches will last hurrah. No. The 5 sandwiches on the flight back is the last hurrah.
Right. Is the last hurrah.
Yes.
Sundays are last hurrah. Monday
morning is our last hurrah.
Monday morning.
Yeah, I'm eating up to midnight. If we start dieting.
Oh,
Monday,
I see what you're saying.
Listen,
Monday. Right.
All right.
Then the Alpha collection is on.
Go big, go home.
That's it, baby.
Alpha's coming to my house.
Are you broadcasting Slattery's live? I'm going to try. Yes. We're going to be broadcasting.
It's also going to depend. Also, remember on Wi-Fi. We have to.
Yeah, with Wi-Fi
this
and all that.
This is something that we planned and said, "Hey, Slattery's, we're coming."
We didn't even call Slattery's or anything.
Yeah,
I don't even know if they know we're coming.
We're going to watch some guys.
I don't even know if they know who the hell we are or anything, dude. You know what I'm saying? We're just showing up because I'm making it a thing so we can meet a lot of. Because you know how many people I talk to from this part of the country? From the New York, New Jersey area, Long Island, Rhode Island, Connecticut, all this area. There's a whole bunch of Dolphin fans. And I'm constantly texting and tweeting and DMing and all that with all of you. So I figured this would be a great opportunity to hang out with you guys at a Dolphins bar in New York City. It's freaking cool.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 guys throw up a laptop and see what happens.
Let's see what happens. So
apparently, nobody trusts you about Dougley because
Dougley and his dad are going.
Apparently, everybody's reaching out to Dougley and Dougley is going.
No, Dougley is going. No,
I know that,
but Dougley goes, and he goes, my dad may go, and I go, you got to bring your dad. I need somebody my age to be there. And he started laughing. So it's a beautiful thing. When you leave the bar with alcohol buzz, then you eat dogs. Well, just so you'll know, we're not alkies.
We're not the biggest drinkers,
Yeah. You might catch us with a drink, but that's it. We'll probably have a soda instead. And remember, it is our last weekend. Probably sodas. Right? Our last weekend, sodas.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because we can diet and, change our lifestyle and have a beer every once in a while. But I got to leave the sodas out. If I'm going to lose weight, soda helps me. When I eliminate soda, dude, I lose weight quickly.
I usually lose about 20 pounds when I drop the soda.
Bam.
Just the soda.
Bam, dude. Just soda alone will make you lose a lot of weight. So Dougley is going. Yes. Dougley and his dad. So if you are in the New York City area and you want to come out and see us at Slattery's, we will be there. Okay? Nice job by the Heat. They will take on the Knicks on the 25th. I looked at it last night.
Yeah, you had me
last night I looked at it, I go, hey, their next game is at the Knicks? They're here tomorrow night? And I'm going, and I looked, oh, it's the 25th, my bad.
And you know what the worst part about it is?
What?
You've been talking about the concert at MSG.
That's right.
How would you have the
Billie
concert
Eilish.
and the Heat and Knicks game going at the same time?
That's right. Billie Eilish. Yep.
I think you're just trying to get me to go to the Billie Eilish concert. And
I'd like
the
to
Heat are there tomorrow. Okay, let's go.
I personally would like to see Billie Eilish because she's really talented, but I just don't want to spend that kind of money.
Not only that, but the worst part about it
And
is
the
I
girls.
fell for it too because I'm like, oh, we go watch the Heat. Good.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about
No,
it.
we
talking
weren't going to
about
go
Billie
because we're
Eilish.
going to go to Slattery's anyways. We're committed to the people.
Well, no, that was tonight. You said tomorrow night. It was Saturday. You said it was tomorrow night.
Yesterday was tonight. When I told you
Oh.
yesterday, it was Thursday.
I saw the message later.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I saw the message today. So tomorrow's
The Jersey boys are heading to Slattery's. I like it. I like it. Let's go.
Jersey.
His dad is the reason Dougley is a Dolphin fan. That's usually what it is, right? It's usually your dad that influences. That's exactly what we ran into here with Slomans. It's Jason, the dad, influencing the sons.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. Jordan and Zach became Dolphin fans.
Die hard Dolphin fan.
Mom is also
Yes.
She's also a Dolphins fan.
Ronnie Brown.
She loves Ronnie Brown. So yeah, Slomans, man. Come on, Dolphin fans. Drop whatever security company you have and get the Sloman Shield. And hit our link down below or 1-800-ALARM-ME and mention the Big O Show.
It's fantastic.
That's right. That's right. The Sloman Shield is fantastic. It's a beautiful thing. All right, let's wrap it up here on the show. Appreciate all of you out there as always. Appreciate our great sponsors, right? Always, like Edge Energy Drink, which you can get the link below. Delicious. Zero aftertaste. Love it, man. It is so good. So there you go. Go down below. You can get any of the links to plenty of our sponsors, our great sponsors that make everything happen every single day. Mastered by that man right there, Sean Stanley. I want to thank everyone here in the Slomans family for making things just absolutely amazing. Okay, I might have to call this the best trip I've had ever to New York City and in the New York area, obviously, because we're in Long Island. But this has been just absolutely great. So I thank everybody out here for making it nice and easy for us to broadcast. We thank all of you. We will see some of you hopefully in a few hours. In 6.5 hours, we will be at Slattery's in New York City, the Miami Dolphin Bar, and we could be broadcasting again at 8 o'clock tonight. So tune in, check it out. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button. You can also hit the notification bell. That way you know when a new show is coming. You all are just absolutely fantastic. Thank you all out there, as always. Those of you that made donations, those of you that chimed in on the text line, however it is you support us, our sponsors, downloading the show, watching the show, all of that. Thank you. We will see you on Monday. Same time, same place, same bat channel from the same terrific OK Coin Studios.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.